Okay, and we're live. So, everyone, thank you very much for joining us. This is my brother Gabber Beast from Australia, and he's a friend of the house. He's a contactee and a UFO hunter. How are you doing, my brother?
I'm good, thanks. How you going?
Great, my brother. Thank you for joining us once again. You save my ass all the time
Yeah,
from the gnomes.
the gnome,
Okay, so
chap with the
brother,
gnome.
um, has there been any news on the UFO paradigm paradigm paradigm?
Mm,
Anything over there that we you wanna share with us?
mm,
Smokey, good to see you,
um,
Smokey.
what can I talk about? um, some strange things happening with me in 18 wheels, sightings on 18 wheels.
Awesome. I've learned a little bit about that. How has it been evolving?
Um, he, because he had like a, like a Palladian or something woman teleport into his bedroom and started
Yes, I
asking all these
remember.
questions about, who's this in the photo? Who's your wife? Who's the kid? Where do you go? And she was like, "Oh, we're monitoring you." And then he put his hand on her thigh to see if it was dreaming or something, and he felt her thigh. And then she like looked at him, smiled, and forced him to go to sleep and teleported out.
Wow,
And I've
full
been
on.
working together with him, just me and him talking for hours and hours and hours, and trying to help him with his childhood abduction experiences, recall his memories. I've recorded some new memories with him. It's not fucking focusing. And I record new memories of when the like Palladian type of woman teleported into his room.
Mm,
And when I was talking to him, like when I was lying down sleeping, I could like see her eyes and her eyelashes and her hair and the mouth. And I was like, oh, that's the girl that teleported into Wheels' room. And I was like, she sort of spoke to me and showed me some things.
she appeared to you in
Yeah,
dream or real? You saw her for
not in no,
real?
not in real. Like just when I closed my eyes, I could see her there. Like I've
Wow.
remote viewed to her and something.
Yes, yes,
And I was
yes.
like, I
You
was like looking at
connected.
her eyes,
You
going, "Oh, you got
connected.
beautiful eyes." And then she like downloaded all these things onto me to show me what's going on. And I was like, "Oh,
Awesome.
thank you for your help. Appreciate that." And Wheels was like trying to talk to her, but she won't talk to him, or he doesn't know how to listen to her. And he's like, "Go and see Gabber. Go and see Gabber. Go and check out Gabber. Go and fly your UFOs around Gabber."
Yes, yes,
And
yes. Because
when
you are more connected, I would say.
yeah, yeah, and like last week when that
Hmm.
happened, something told me to go outside and film. I'm like, when something tells me to do it, I go and do it. It's like their way
Yep.
of telling me now's the time to get your camera out and go outside. And I had huge balls of light powering up, flying literally a couple hundred feet away from me. at treetop height, just above the neighbor's roof, maybe 5 to 10 houses down.
Awesome.
Over and over and over again. I got like 13 of them doing flybys. And
beautiful, brother.
I was talking to Wheels about it, and she would talk to me while I was talking to Wheels, and I would say, she just said this, she just said that. And Wheels is like, what? And I'm like, I've been telling him, you got to like techniques to like build your psychic awareness levels up. You got to meditate and stuff. I've been meditating with the head monk. I learned to meditate with the head Thai monk at the Thai Buddhist monastery for 3 years, So I've trained myself to raise my awareness to be able to listen more subtly. And I've been trying to teach Wheels how to do this.
A little bit of a requirement, right?
And probably learning to meditate with the head monk and cooking. I learned to cook Thai food for them. I would cook Thai food for them every Sunday for like 3 years and learn to meditate with them. And then I would like volunteer my time and chop down trees with chainsaws. Live on a huge property right on the mountain here. We'd be building huts for people to come down and do meditation retreats and stuff, and mowing their huge property and doing all sorts of stuff like that. So the meditations help me, to like be able to train my awareness to be able to listen to things like this. So I'll be talking to him, and he gets all his electronics flashing in the truck, flashing in his house. They play with his electronics, trying to grab his attention. But I think he doesn't know how to listen. That's when 3 times we've tried to make contact with this being that keeps playing with all his electronics. And the 3 times that we did it, we had a laser pen. I got him to put a laser pen out and put it in a grid pattern to see if it's a ghost or a spirit, one of his ancestors or family or something that's doing this. You can see it in a grid pattern, the spirit in a grid pattern of a laser beam. The laser pointer would turn off, and he had a clip holding the button down. And the laser pen would only turn on at key moments when we were saying something. So we started discussing about, I recorded all this. I got videos of it. Like I said, like, for instance, I'd get him to talk about his abduction and stuff that he's seen with the Phoenix lights, how it tried to force him to go to sleep. And we've had all these missing truck drivers. I'll go into that in a bit more detail. That's a bit of a detail story that nobody's talking about. The missing truck drivers and the Phoenix lights that he sort of discovered. Yeah, I got time to talk about that. And it's hard. I got so many different things to go. Everything goes up into a different depth level. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when I said talk about your experience of the Palladian alien woman that teleported into your bedroom, and then I was talking, and I would like, so this Palladian alien woman that teleported into your bedroom, she sounds like she's Palladian, and the laser beam flashed on and off. So like we'd be like talking about his experiences, and then trying to guess, is it this, is it that? And this being would communicate to us when it liked what we were talking about by flashing the laser pen.
Yep.
And I found in one of the frames of the video, when the laser pen was on, when I did some filter work, there's a face in the laser light with big eyes and a big face with big eyes, and like, it's like that's the being that we're communicating with his laser pen. I've been recording our sessions, and it's very difficult to get it to show his face, the being that we're talking to. I don't think it's a spirit. I don't feel like it's a spirit. I think it's like one of the ETs that are like monitoring him for I don't know what reasons. He's got a lot of ET activity constantly all the time.
Beautiful, beautiful. You know Florida Real UFOs? You know him, right?
Yeah. I know Florida UFOs.
Beautiful.
And like when I was talking to him the other day,
Yep.
and she was talking to me, I'd say what she would say to me to him. He was just blown away how that I could hear her, and that we connected.
Really good, man.
And she said to me, "Thank you for helping sightings on 18 wheels." And I was like, "Oh, Doug, she just told me thank you for helping you. She really appreciates me trying to help you because no one else is helping him, right? And he's got a lot of problems. And I'm sort of the one that snaps him out of the crazy theories he thinks up because he's got no idea what the hell's going on. And because I got 35 years of research in this, I can say what's a high probability of what's happening to him from other people's stories and experiences. You know what I mean? That he doesn't know about that sort of stuff because I've researched so much of it, and I've helped him a lot figure things out.
You're a good friend above everything. Remember that.
Yeah. But he's a good mate of mine. I always got time for him, always trying to help him out wherever I can. It was weird making contact with this being.
Have you with him sometime.
Yeah, it was weird.
I would like to have you too.
It was weird, like making contact with this being that plays with his electronics every day. But like we managed to do it.
We've seen a photo with. It looks like an entity there, the eyes and everything, right?
I think I sent it to you in Discord a while ago. Yeah, the purple one. See, with the big eyes and the nose and the mouth. That came out of his laser pen, the entity.
Yep.
It looks kind of very old. It looks like it's very, very old too.
Incredible, right? And I did see the alien on your little cube as well.
Yeah.
Right? The small cube, right?
Yeah, like the tree is in front of me 10 meters, like this. Like this big.
Okay.
So like it was very, very small. Very, very small, And it came up in two photographs.
Yeah. Do you want to show the video?
Yeah, I can show the video. Like share the screen.
You can talk a little bit about how you caught it. You already told
Select the window. Let me get it. So share my screen. It's my YouTube channel.
I'm going to leave your link of your channel on the description.
I can drop the link in the chat. People want to check some of the stuff I have out.
Oh, of course.
Most of my UFO videos are on Bilibili, which is Chinese YouTube, because I'm shadow banned on YouTube here because of the moon photographs of UFOs and buildings on the moon that I shared. So I'm shadow banned there. So most of my work, I got like 107 UFO videos on there that I took myself with my infrared camera. Now I'll try and share this screen. Select a window.
Okay, it's favorited. And now let me just put here pinky. Okay, what? Is it there already?
Screen.
No, it's okay. It's not.
Select window. This one. Allow. All right, I'm sharing the screen.
Okay, I'm gonna get it. There it is. Thank you very much again, Gabber, for your time and spending this blessed time with us. Okay.
I don't know if the audio is working. I'll check your YouTube.
It is very low. Can you increase the volume?
That's full volume.
Wait a second. I don't think I can do anything here.
Maybe you can click on the three arrows on me in StreamYard and increase the volume.
Let me see.
If you click on the three dots.
Where? Oh, okay, three dots, and then go to configuration, audio.
Audio, yeah. See if you can increase
Okay.
that.
There's only volume of my microphone here. Hello, hello, hello. Is my volume increasing? Hello, 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 hello. Okay. Either way, can you tell us a little bit then? Talk over it because we cannot hear almost anything of your video. It's too low.
Yeah, I've got it on full volume, so it's like it's a Streamlab setting. You got to figure out. So I took a photograph. What I did was, here's the photo. This is my backyard. This is my backyard facing west, and this appeared in the photo in front of this large tree. And over here, it's the wall, and there's the roof of my shed. It's the roof of my shed. If you can see my mouse, roof of my shed, the wall, and it's above there. And I was sitting down just back here. This is 10 meters away from me.
Nice.
And I was sitting down, and a friend of mine was like, "Oh, they're talking about people that psychically link with UFOs and summon them and stuff." I don't believe in summoning UFOs. I see no evidence of it. But my friend didn't believe that you didn't believe about this psychically linking with UFOs. So I thought, I'll try and psychically link with the UFO and see what happens. So I meditated for like 20 plus minutes, psychically linked with the pilot of the UFO. And I said, "Can you land in my backyard, please? Nice and low, nice and close. Can I have permission to take a photograph of your UFO, please?" And I basically pointed with my head. I want you right there. And it appeared where I pointed 3 meters to the right. 9 foot. And I didn't see that with my eyes, but my camera picked it up.
Yep.
And I investigated my camera, and my camera doesn't have an IR filter. This is why I use an infrared night vision camera to film UFOs. Because when they turn the light off and go into cloaking mode, I can still see them with the infrared camera.
Awesome.
And I've had orbs flying around doing zigzags around my cats in the house, and I was like looked up the camera, and my camera doesn't have the IR filter, so that's why it's seeing orbs and stuff that we can't see because we can only see 1% of the light wavelength spectrum. And it appeared in 2 photos, and like I was just taking pictures of the stars. I was testing my camera, seeing how good I can get pictures of the stars. And then this popped up in like the first 2 photos. That photo. And so you can see here, that's the tree, and that's my shed next to it. And I'm taking pictures of the stars, trying to figure out the settings of my phone, showing the pictures of the stars I was taking. And there it is in front of the tree. And then there it is zoomed in. And there it is there. It's got like a grey head, 2 eyes, a chin, and a neck. It's like a full face inside this hexagon type of cube UFO. We can even see the field around it. When I do the filter work, we can see this blue field around it. I often see white UFOs with like a blue hue around them flying past. Very similar here. Then I made it bigger with a bit more filter to try and emphasize the face. I'm shocked that this is right in front of me and I got a picture of it, you know? There I'm like drawing the eyes, drawing so so people can see it, because some people can't see stuff when you point it out. So I like drew over it. People know what I'm talking about. There's its neck.
Gabber, did you know that when I go hiking on the woods, we have a lady who helps out. She's called CP, Cindy, and Biggie is here. He can approve that. She goes to the pictures and she blows them up a little bit. And I've seen in my community tab, there's a few pictures I posted there with me in the woods, and you can see 2 kind of alienish heads in the air behind me. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
It's not.
It's crazy.
Not anyone will believe it. Will say it's pareidolia. But if you think about it, our cameras can pick up what we cannot see. So at least an outline it's able to produce on the camera.
Yo, what up, Gate Smasher? How you going, buddy?
Try that, brother.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't believe it. They think it's pareidolia. That is not fucking pareidolia. It's a fucking hexagon cube 10 meters in front of me, and it's got an alien face in it. Oh, then they'll say the alien face is pareidolia. No, it's fucking not, because the alien's flying the fucking UFO. That's the pilot.
And they if they can dematerialize, if they can go into another, we call it the mental universe. It's kind of ghost universe in a way.
Like
they can shrink, they can become bigger, they can be smaller, right? They can.
I was thinking about it. It's like sometimes like Doctor Who. You go inside the TARDIS, it's bigger inside. And I'm thinking about why are we seeing? Why I'm not the only person that's getting giant alien heads in the UFOs. I've got other videos where I've gone through frame by frame, and sometimes I'm very lucky, very rarely, I can see an alien face in the orb of the UFO that I filmed. And I've been thinking about it a lot. And what I'm thinking is it's like the aura of the pilot, that's its light body, its spirit, its Isby. Because the pilot...
It's drone, right? Like
the pilot... the pilot, to fly the UFO, has to psychically link
Yes.
with the AI organic consciousness that controls the UFO. Once it has a psychic link, then it can fly the UFO with its mind.
Yep.
So the pilot is psychically linked with the AI consciousness of the UFO. So it's like we're seeing the pilot's spirit in the mixed together with
Inside
the
the orb.
UFO, because the UFO AI consciousness is using the pilot's thoughts to fly. So it would make sense that we would see the light body, the ISB of the pilot, sometimes when we photograph the UFO.
Exactly, brother.
I don't know.
Did you
It's just
see
that's just my
the?
theory about
Have you seen
examining
the?
it. Many other people, many other people have gotten the alien faces
Mhm.
inside the UFOs, and that's what I
Yes,
sort of
the
think about
Turkish.
it. That I've theorized how is it that we're seeing these alien faces inside the UFOs? It's because it's psychically linked with the pilot, the AI consciousness of the UFO. They're like one and together,
Yep.
and we're
Have
just
you
like
seen the
seeing
Turkish?
its light body, its aura.
Have you seen the Turkish UFO? If you blow up, there is two alien heads inside the Turkish UFO, the Kumbras. You know the Kumbras UFO?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't trust that one because a lot of people have debunked it as fake.
I've seen many people debunking it, and I've seen many people debunking the debunkers,
Yeah, I don't
saying that
know. I don't know
could
what to
not
think
be
about it
the
because
could not be the boat, you know.
the shape of the UFO is like a crescent moon,
Yeah,
and
and you
the
can even
guy
see the
that
orbs
the guy
inside.
the
The
guy that
orbs are
filmed it the
inside.
guy that filmed it said he zoomed in and then pressed record because he wanted to save his batteries and he didn't want to zoom in while running the
Yeah.
camera, which made no logical sense. You see
Should
something,
we
you
watch
lift the
it?
camera up, you press record, and then you zoom in. So, and we only got a zoomed in version of it, and they've replicated that with the telephoto converter lens that he had on his camera, and
Yeah.
it's like that bit, that crescent moon is like the edge of his telephoto lens converter, and the little aliens we're seeing is just the focusing screws on that telephoto lens converter.
I think you could be right. Did you know that I got a confirmation from a lady? Let me get the Kumbras. I got a nice one.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't like the Turkish UFO. I don't even look at it. There's too many red flags for me. You know what I'm saying? Too many red
There,
flags.
there was. I was told that the guy used a super, like a 20 grand camera. Did you know that? And the guy was like a security guard. Like he didn't earn the money to
Mm-hmm.
see to have that camera. Okay,
Yeah.
but I've seen a video. Okay, here it is. There's more than one video, and I wanted to show you one that he blows up from from far away to close.
Yep.
And what I wanted to tell you, Gabber, do you know Dolly, Dolly Saffron?
No.
You may not like her. Okay, so Dolly, she told me something that you will probably say straight away it's not true. Okay, okay. I send you the link if you want to put it rolling. We can show it. I think we won't have copyright.
All right. Don't worry about copyright. We're
I just sent you the link. Either way, Dolly Safran, she told us on her channel that she is one of the people on that UFO. Like, if you blow up, you can see an alien head, and you can see, actually, you can see two alien heads. But she says that she's sitting down, like on the left. So basically, it's a bit weird. You won't, many people won't believe me, okay? But she told me the confirmation, and if you want to play the video, I will. Is it this one?
Is the
Okay.
video you sent me?
Yeah. I will explain you what she explained me about the video.
Yeah. See,
So
the video
I
looks
will tell
weird.
you.
The video looks weird because like this bottom bit is cut off, and all we're seeing is this bit here.
Okay, so explain us that. Okay, it's not. It's not on the screen yet.
Isn't it? Am I showing the right screen? I think I clicked on the wrong window. I gotta redo it. I clicked on the wrong window.
Okay, I'll put it there and I'll get you back up. I want you to explain me that because I'm not getting what you're trying to explain, and you know I trust you very much, brother.
So
basically, she tells me that she was one of the occupants of that UFO, and she even shows that those, the one I sent you on Discord,
yeah,
because there's many of people debunking, and they will have copyright all over. And I think the one I sent you doesn't have it because it's like the
you can play stuff and then pause it every minute and then talk about it, and it avoids all copyright. But if
okay, nice.
if you play it from beginning to end, then they can copyright strike you. But if you play
Okay.
it and then stop it and talk and comment, it's rolling commentary for informational purposes that we're allowed to critique, and it voids them being able to copyright strike you.
I'm always forgetting that. Okay,
So like the video is weird because he's that's not the one.
No, you have to go a bit forward.
Forward.
Okay, so it starts as an orb far away, right? And then he starts zooming in, right? There we go.
See, so, it's cut off on a weird angle here. This makes no sense. It has no geometry.
Do you think that could be the lighting of the UFO?
No, if the UFO is that lit up, then the whole back end should be lit up. We should be able to see the full geometry of it.
Okay.
It's cut off here at a weird angle, which makes no sense. Which tends to lend to support the. That's the edge of his telephoto lens that he's like trying to make a fake UFO video out of. Because this here is cut off.
Oh,
there's no. It's cut weird.
Off okay. I didn't get that. What she says is that those white dots on the top and on the right. Can you see those dots on the right?
Yeah.
She says that those are the orbs that the UFO releases when
this here
when they go to scout. Yeah. They go in through the right, I think, something like that. Look, there is a live stream with her explaining that, and look, Gabber, it was a while ago because it was a while ago.
And when you look at this, it's only moving when he moves the camera. It's moving with the movement of the camera. So he's causing that to move. everything with the zoom bounce. It's just
It's a different UFO now. Do you see? It's not the same one. It's like it's either rotated because you cannot see the porthole anymore with the head. It's like more
but
swollen.
it's still cut off here with weird, unexplainable geometry. This this doesn't make sense how it's cut off here.
Okay, okay.
And they're
I do
saying,
get what you're saying, brother. I do get what
mm,
you're saying. I'm just trying to think, you know, how could he? Because can you see the top one? That one from Chris Leto? It doesn't look that
Leto.
bad. The one from top, the first one.
Yeah, uh, people have debunked it, and they've shown how they debunked it. I can't
That one
find it.
there. Yeah, the
Chris
first one.
Leto's.
Chris Leto, he's not the best guy, you know. He's a little bit.
Nah, he grifts a lot. See
Yeah.
how it's cut off? See how it's cut off there? That makes no logical sense.
It looks a little bit like a lamp. You know what I mean?
It,
When
it's
you
it's
see
just
one of those
it's
lamps.
yeah, the way it's cut off there makes no logical sense whatsoever.
Gabber, did you know that the Turkish UFO, the guy has other sightings with not as good, like only with the red, the orange orb.
Yeah.
Do you know he's got an orange orb as well? Oh, that's the one she talks about. Um, can you
See
see
that
that
looks.
light on the left?
See that
She
looks
says that's where the
look
orb
that
leaves.
that there looks exactly like your telephoto converter lens. Looks exactly like it.
Oh, okay, I get you
And
now.
and
Okay.
these things here are just the focusing knobs that you turn, little screws that you turn to focus it.
Also, do you think that's the internal part of the of the lens of the camera?
I don't
Tricking.
know, because here this is the zoomed out one. So
Yeah,
here it looks totally like.
it's a bit
Where is
better.
it?
Okay.
Get it to fucking work. He is far away. He's zoomed out. That's supposed to be the moon, crescent moon, I guess.
Okay. Okay.
See,
Nice, man. I like.
I haven't seen this video where it's zoomed out. We only saw the zoomed in version, and
Yeah,
now
but
he's zoomed in. So is that simply the edge of his telephoto
yeah.
lens converter? And are these just the screws that focus it? Because it like
Okay. Just some lighting or
just
something.
the way it's cut on the bottom
Yeah.
tends to suggest to me that it's the lens of his telephoto lens
Yeah.
converter because of
The
this weird.
inside being projected.
Mm.
Yeah. It's not. It's not. I get what you see. Did you see the blown up where there is the two alien heads on that black square? You've seen that, right?
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that.
That's good, right? You know, it's not. If imagine, look, if if by any chance that's not the lens, you know, of the camera, you know, it could be pareidolia still, right?
Could
You
be.
know, wouldn't other people already reproduce the same freaking video, man? Don't you think that? What does Mick West say about it? Have you seen what he says about it? Or he doesn't
Nah,
even talk about it?
like
Because
me,
when he doesn't
my
talk
video.
about it,
My friend sent my plasma ball UFO video to Mick West. He won't touch it. Mick West said, I can't identify the object that I filmed." Mick West won't even touch my videos. Yeah.
I don't think if I don't think he, I'm not sure if he talked about that. I've seen some debunking videos, and even they look good. Look, it's already different. Can you see? It's not the same one anymore.
Mm.
Gabber, can you see? It's not the same. This is the one with the two heads. Can you see the two heads on the top there?
It
Yeah,
looks like two heads.
yeah. If you blown them up, one of them it's exactly the same as yours, man. I'm not gonna say exactly the same, but it's the small head. But this craft apparently it's much bigger. You know what I mean?
Mm.
It's it's like 10 meters or something like that. Either way, man. Uh, do you trust the Las Vegas alien as well? I do. I've seen a video where they show an entity, a giant entity, brother, in
Did you see
Las
the
Vegas.
Did you see the crime scene investigators report? Who works for who works in the federal court, prosecuting people with video evidence?
No, no. Well, tell me about that.
Oh my god! I got it. I got it on my Billy channel.
But where in America?
Yeah, he did a full crime scene investigation report on that video, and he said 100% that's aliens with cloaking technology. There's no CGI, no AI, no pixelation. There's aliens all in that backyard, and they're all cloaked.
A huge
So like
alien.
this is my
Kind of.
Billy channel where I'm a superstar in China, 24,000 subscribers. Where is it?
Do you
Crime
know our
scene.
brother
This one here. This one
Nocturnal
here.
News?
Yeah. See, I've got
Nocturnal News, right?
yeah. See, I've got like I posted this video. I got like 45,000 views already.
Awesome.
And this is this guy. He's really cool. And this is the report. It's a full document report.
Oh yeah.
And that's the witnesses drew that. There's the alien on the fence line there. I got the link.
Oh my god. You know the aliens, they love going to the woods. Do you know that?
Yeah.
They love the woods, man. I think they might like Bigfoot, you know?
And you can see the alien. And from the video evidence, he explains about how cloaking technology works and how different cameras how they capture cloaking devices.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a full like report, and the alien on there's one of the aliens there. You can see the face, and there's one on
So
the
tell me
fence
one
here.
thing. Do you now start believing that guy who people say faked the alien on the window? You know, the guy who molested children? What's his name?
Oh yeah, that guy. And I don't believe anything he has to say. They faked everything they were doing, I think.
That could be a mask on that video for sure, right?
And where's the one on the fence? There's one on the fence line here. You see here on the fence line, you can see there. That's the alien, 8 foot tall, like they said, and he's cloaked. Right there. See him on the fence?
Exactly.
See him there? Bang.
Exactly.
There he is on the fence. Because I was
You can
examining
even
this
see
video.
on the planks. You can see on the
There he
planks.
is right there. Yeah. When I examined the video, I saw this shadow walking in between the planks. And I spoke about it. I said, I can see something has walked into the planks behind that fence, but I didn't see this part. I didn't see this part. And this is where you can see its actual face.
It's a black shadow. You can
Yeah.
see the black shadow. Look.
bang, there's his face, eyes, face, and he's 8 foot tall. Look, see how he's taller than them? And that's how a cloaking device looks on our phones. It's blurry and pixelated and smoky and grey. And if we look at it with our eyes, it's even less faint. You can barely see it, but you can see something's there. And then if you use an infrared camera, it glows like a Christmas tree. Thermal or infrared camera sees straight through the cloaking device, which is why I use the infrared camera to film the UFOs. And he's explaining that in the report, and he said 100% there's aliens all in that. Because when they reported this, they said a UFO crashed in their backyard, and as soon as it crash landed, they heard hundreds of footsteps scurrying in all directions. And they said the UFO was right there, but it was wavy and they could see through it. It was like Predator cloaking device. And then when they went out with, got, strapped and everything.
I've heard of the Predator cloaking device.
Then they saw all the aliens cloaked. And if there was hundreds of footsteps running around, they've crash landed, they jumped out, turned on their cloaking device, cloaked the ship, cloaked themselves, and then they got to fix the ship to get out of there. It was like an emergency landing.
Yep. So do you believe that blue meteor could have been the UFO, right? Most likely.
No. Looks nothing like it.
I think that was different days. I think that was the day before or something like that.
No, it wasn't. No, it was like an hour before this happened. It was on the police body cam. The police body cam caught it coming down, and you see like the tail come off it as it enters the atmosphere, which an object entering the atmosphere from space gets like a flame thing. Looks nothing like a meteor. It's too big. If that was a meteor, that would have hit the ground, wiped out someone's house, and it would have broken everyone's windows for 20 blocks.
Yeah.
There's no way that was a meteor. I know a meteor, like the UFOs that I filmed last week, powering up. What they were doing is flying directly above me, straight up. I'd see something. I'd look up. They would shoot past me at about 20,000 miles per hour, and they had blue translucent rings. Like, imagine half the sky. The tail of it is like blue translucent rings, and this ball of light going. And I saw that. And I was like, "What meteor do you know that looks like that?" Nothing. And as soon as that shot, this happened more than once that morning. As soon as it shot past me, where it shot off to, an orange ball of light would appear about 3 minutes later and like slowly fly past. And I was looking at the synchronicity of the events. So you always got to look at the synchronicity of the events.
Yes.
I'm like, the synchronicity of the events tell me that thing that just shot up directly above me was that turned around and then a ball of light came past, or it shot a ball of light out of it, stayed back a bit, and flew a drone past or something or whatever, you know?
Amazing, brother. I'm still. I think I've seen an orb.
Sup, 6X. How you going?
Top of me.
How you going, buddy? See here, we can see another alien face. See how it's translucent? It's got its cloaking device on.
Yeah.
That's from the Miami. There's another one. Enhanced.
That's from the Las Vegas.
Las Vegas. There's the one on the fence. See, remember the cloaked alien we saw running on the fence? There he is on the fence.
Mm.
See there, so you can see him right there. There he
He's
is.
looking right at the camera. Did you see that?
He's looking right at the camera.
Wow, and then he dematerializes.
And there's another one in the backyard. There was heaps of them. They were all over their backyard, everywhere.
My God, that must have been really creepy, man.
I would have been out there going, "Do you need a hand? I got tools in here. I'll help you fix the UFO." I would have been out there. Let me help you fix it. There's another one
Did they
there.
see the UFO lift off at the end?
No,
Hmm?
maybe. And here's me examining some faces I found when I looked at the video for my fans. They wanted me to examine the video and tell them what I thought about it. So
Yeah.
face I found. Let me find the PDF for you. Where did I
Beautiful,
put it?
man.
I'll find this PDF of the crime scene investigators report. It's a couple
I was
of
telling
weeks back.
earlier that people were gonna have their minds blown tonight, and you're doing that to me, brother. Because even the Miami case, I do believe something happened there, you know. I'm sure something happened there, you know, in the Miami mall. That amount of police, I'm not saying everybody
Oh,
says,
that
oh, the police, it's the police.
That incident. Yeah, that was another one. The video they showed of the 8 foot tall alien walking, that was just somebody's shadow.
Three
There was,
people, yes, yes. But
yeah,
did you
that was a
see
shadow.
did you see the black shadow crossing the road?
I still think I didn't see that one, but the one
No.
where they're walking in front of the police car headlights, that was just a shadow.
Yeah, those are three people. Yes, I know. But they blurred it so much that you could not even see the policeman, you know? But I'm talking about a real black shadow in another video of a guy who's on the top of apartments, and the black shadow crosses the road and then it kind of flies away. It's crazy, man. Do you know Jaime's? Oh my God, I'm gonna have to send you this guy.
Hi, Emma Shared.
No, Jaime, James. His name is James, but he writes Jamies. He's good, man. Look, he's he creates um he creates conspiracies in everything.
All right, so here's the crime scene investigators report. This is a PDF file. I'll put this in the chat so anyone else can look it up. It's the crime scene investigators report. That's the UFO coming down.
Nice.
The blue UFO crashing in their backyard. That's the
Oh,
drawing of what
you
they look
you
like.
think the police cam, the body cam is the UFO, right?
No, that was caught on police body cam. They filmed the UFO flying down.
Yes. So you
Crashing.
think that's the UFO, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were saying it was a meteorite, but
No, I don't believe it's a meteorite. It looks nothing like a meteorite. Look how big that is. Look how big that is. If a meteor that big hit, it would have wiped out 3 or 4 houses and broke everyone's window for 20 blocks.
Yep. Gabber, there's just one thing, brother. Did you see the Portuguese meteorite?
No.
It's blue as well. Let me get you. that girl who met Will Smith's son. Haven't I told you that?
No.
This girl, she does the um, she does the McDonald's publicity. You didn't know that? Look, this girl here. Look.
Then he goes in the crime scene report. He explains how cloaking. This is how cloaking would look if you had a cloaking device on the left here. You'd see a shadow with your eyes.
This is the video, Gabber. This is the video of the blue meteorite here in Portugal last year.
Yeah.
You must have seen it on TV. It was viral all over the world. This girl here, look.
I don't watch television.
Look at it passing, brother. Look.
Yeah, but you can clearly see the tail. See the tail of it burning up. It's clearly a meteorite. Look at the tail coming off it, all the debris burning off it.
Exactly. You're completely right, brother. There's another one. Look. This is a dash cam. The guy catches it very good. Okay, continue, brother. Sorry. But I know what you're meaning. They're not the same. They don't look the same. And you don't see the tail on the other one, right?
All meteorites have a tail.
Yeah.
All meteorites have a tail.
Okay, let's continue with this one.
So the picture on the left is what we see if a person has a cloaking device on. On the right is what a camera will see, like your phone with a cloaking device, a grey, smoky, pixelated, because it's got it's got electromagnetic interference. And then if you got infrared camera, which is what I use to film UFOs, it glows like a Christmas tree. You can see straight straight through the cloaking device. See?
Yep.
This is why on the right hand side, why we're seeing all the aliens look pixelated, smoky and grey, but we can see their eyes, we can see their mouth, we can see their face, their neck, their shoulders, their hands, their arms, because that's how they look, because that's how cameras record cloaking devices.
Yeah.
So and he explains the whole science behind it. And the different cloaking devices and different cloaking devices that the military has. And his conclusion is that these are real aliens and they're using cloaking devices. And that's what we're seeing here. See, we can see the alien face here. And it's like pixelated and smoky. This one here, this is the one on the fence. See the one on the fence? 2 eyes, its head, its chin, its nose, its shoulders.
Jeez, my God, that's perfect.
Do you see do you see what I mean? There's no way that's pareidolia. It's because it's got a cloaking device on, and that's how a cloaking device looks on a video camera. There's a science that can explain this.
Freaking hell, man!
And then we got here. Another one in the backyard. There's one on the fence again, and another one in the backyard. They were all over that backyard, running around frantically, trying to repair the UFO because they crash landed.
Yeah, there was one that even looked like a manta. A little bit. Did you see that one near the tractor?
I saw one by the tractor, but I couldn't tell it was mantis or not.
It looked a little bit. Maybe it was a little bit unfocused. So Gabber, basically, brother, if we go to the woods, they may be there already, kind of, right? Like, not waiting for us, but like, I don't know. What do you think? Or do you think, Yeah, it's more likely they used a spaceship.
Not like they're waiting for you. They just appear when you get there. You gotta think.
Yeah.
They are observing the Earth. They're watching us. Every time I go out sky watching, I get this feeling every time they're watching me. They're watching us day and night. They're sending these orbs flying over the top. Why are the orbs flying over that I'm recording going diagonally through the middle of my town, through treetop height, 3 stories high, just above the rooftops? So why are they so close for? People are saying they're recording all our thoughts all the time, trying to see has our brain developed enough for them to come out and do disclosure, have a public human alien contact event. You know what I mean? They're recording our thoughts. And me, you know, my channel on Bilibili, I'm waking up tens of thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands of people to all this. Their orbs are flying over China and people's brains are going pop, 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 waking up. And they trace that signal to its source. Me, right here. Which might explain why they're doing amazing things in the sky right above me.
Yeah. In a way,
aliens
they can be kind of thanking you. You know, they're thanking you.
Aliens
right?
are not only visiting America. Six
No,
X.
of course not. Yeah.
It's worldwide. It's just the media, the negative aliens that control this prison planet that we live on, the control system they have over our information and media. You don't see it. It gets hidden and pushed away. The news doesn't report it.
There are some landings here in my town. There is actually a landing in the beach where I usually go, near the camping site near the beach here. And apparently in the 80s there was a landing there.
Interesting.
And a lady told me that before there was, like, you know, big buildings and things near the beach, there was like a camping which was like woods, and then it would become the beach, you know. But now it's like full of buildings and houses and, you know, condos and stuff like that.
This is the alien. Have you seen this one?
No.
This is from Mexico.
Oh, from Juanito Juan.
Juanito Juan, yeah. Look at him. Look
Okay,
at him.
so
Look,
I have to.
Look at him.
I
Look
have
at him.
to
Look at him.
tell. Oh my god.
See him? I'll play it again from the beginning. Look. I loop it. Look. There he is. He just teleported
Well, on
out
the
of the
bottom or on the top?
Look.
That white head, right?
Yeah. This here. Look at him. Play it in slow motion.
There, he goes down, and now he goes up, and he teleports now, right?
See him?
Yeah.
Look at him. He's staring right at the camera. He knows the camera's there. He's playing with us.
I have to tell you something about Juanito, man. Juanito, he's a mechanic in Mexico.
Should have given him a hug, Sick X.
and I've heard very bad things about him.
Bad things about who?
Not bad things like he's evil, but I've heard a lot of people debunking him, and, you know, because he's Mao-san's friend, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
see,
he
like, do you
does
see the
have
video?
some nice.
Do you see the video here?
He's coming in through the window, right? Or that's the living room, right? He's not coming in.
No,
He's already
no,
inside.
no. You got it all wrong.
He's materializing, right?
See this ball of light?
Yeah. That's the
It's flying.
craft, okay.
It's flying around the room.
Yeah.
Then he teleports out of that ball of light behind the couch.
Okay.
Watch the video, and I'll explain the video. There's a lot of things you're missing. Do you see this ball of light moving around? Just to get that ball of light flying around in the room would be extremely difficult if you had $1 million Hollywood special effects room studio. Now he's the grey alien there. Pops up and the light flashes.
Yeah.
Again, and he teleports back into the light and flies away. It gets better. Just to get this ball of light, just to get that ball of light, $1 million Hollywood special effects studio would have difficulty doing it.
There it is again, look.
That's from his previous video.
And it does move.
I compare the two. This is a comparison of his previous video, the first one, and this is the second one.
And they're the same?
Looks the same.
Okay. Okay, I've heard that the neighbors say that he's a hoaxer and, you know, he's got models and stuff. I don't know. Look, just tell me one thing. It's a bit strange that the way he appears, it looks
maybe
like
it is
someone pushes him up, but the orb is really well done. I think the orb is. I think
it does
100% right. It does.
I don't know how. It does look like something pushes him up, but like I can't explain.
Look at that shadow behind him. There's a black shadow. That thing there. Is that something holding the? Look, can you see that? It looks like a shoulder.
That's what I was thinking.
Or it could just be the.
But where?
You know,
if
I don't know that. We're just talking ideas, right?
If that's somebody, where's their head?
Yeah, exactly. You're right. Exactly. It couldn't be. I don't know.
And
have you seen the orb? There's a much easy. It looks like a plastic orb, but it's from Juanito Juan in his living room as well. It's very good, man. He does have a big orb, like bigger than a basketball.
And I show photographs he's taken, and like,
what do you think?
It's hard to debunk.
Models with a fishing string. You don't think so?
Like, look at that. That's from his latest video. This one here.
Yeah, those are good. You know, those I don't go against those because those look really, you know, translucent is what we believe better. You know, it's like
it's the same.
The camera, you know.
This is the same. If that was a mask, it wouldn't be translucent. Because he's got the cloaking device, and he's turned the cloaking device on. He's like still halfway there, halfway here. You know what I mean? Like you can't fake that. I'll show this video. I'll show this one where the video is from.
Beautiful, brother.
But that we can see that's just like the Miami alien video.
Yeah.
It's translucent. You can't fake this translucency. That's a cloaking device. I don't know. You can debunk anything. You can debunk anything and make it sound reasonable. But is it the truth? Is it correct? I can debunk every UFO video and photograph and every alien video and every alien photograph and make it sound reasonable. But am I correct? Is this scientific based factual evidence, or am I, you know what I mean? I can make anything sound reasonable, but I want to know, I need scientific factual evidence, because you know what I mean? I'm doing the hard work here. I'm debunking the debunkers. They've already made up a reasonable explanation of what it is.
Do you wanna see the boogosphere as well?
Boogosphere?
Yeah. Look for boogosphere. That's Juanito Juan, I know. He's got good, but they use AI to sharpen the images. I do like it.
I don't like AI to sharpen images. I only show the raw images. I don't sharpen. I don't AI nothing. I don't.
Yeah, but I've seen them and they're good. They're good.
But
I do like
doing AI on the image adds. It's like painting over the image. The AI is painting over the image. You know what I mean? I don't like it.
Yeah, it's going a bit deeper where our eyes cannot see, I don't know. I do see a little bit like that. But I do like them, I have to admit. Do you want to look up the boogosphere?
You have to send me the link. See this one?
Just go to YouTube and look boogosphere from Mausan. It's from him.
Do you see this one?
Yes, that's a good one.
So how do you fake that? You know what I mean? How do you fake that? Because that looks like the hexagon UFO I took with a big head in it, and it's translucent. You know what I mean? Like, how do you fake that?
Okay, let me write down Booga.
Like if I had any doubt any of these were faked, I would show evidence. I have no problem debunking fakes because I hate fakes. I've spent years debunking thousands of fucking UFOs. You know what I mean?
Do you know Paul Out There channel? Do you remember him?
Yeah, I worked with him for 2 years debunking UFO videos.
Yeah, man. I think you and 18 Wheels, we were there sometimes. I don't remember seeing you often there, but you work with him then.
I worked on his show I worked on his show every Sunday for almost 2 years.
Wow, he's not very easy to handle, right?
No, I left him because he was forcing me to agree with his debunks when I saw no evidence. And I was like, no, I have my opinion. You want to debunk? No problem, debunk. But show me photographic, scientific, factual-based, analytical evidence. Show me. What he was doing was, here's a picture of a UFO, Google images, it looks like a Chinese lantern or a balloon. I'm like, okay, if you think it's a balloon, show me in the video where the balloon, the gas inside is changing the shape of the UFO. You can't say a perfect, symmetrical, geometrical, perfect, sphere is a balloon unless it starts to change shape. You know what I mean? Show evidence for your debunk. He said, you're either with me or you're against me. I'm like, okay, see you later. I'm not allowed to have an opinion. He did not like that while he was debunking something, he goes, what do you think, Gabber? I'm like, I can't tell. I can't see no evidence it's a Chinese lantern or a balloon. It might possibly be, but where's your evidence? He was debunking. He was being lazy.
Some not.
He was being lazy and just making up debunks where I was like, I want to see evidence. Show me evidence and I'll go along with your debunk. Prove to me with factual, scientific-based evidence. And he didn't like that I wanted raw evidence. I had to pretend his debunks were what it's supposed to be, when I couldn't see it in the video, I couldn't see it in the photograph. And to me, that's lazy research. That's lazy research, and I refuse. I refuse to pretend to
everything a balloon.
Yeah, I refuse to pretend to debunk something without showing factual evidence. My reputation in China, if I did that, would be ruined. I wouldn't have 24,000 subscribers because I show evidence for everything that I share. I share my honest opinion, how I think and feel, and I share the evidence which lets me form these opinions, and I'm honest about it. That's why I've got a loyal fan base because of that. Everyone else we're pretending it's a UFO, or we're pretending we decrypted and debunked it with a reasonable explanation. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like I not only share videos of UFOs, I debunk UFOs. I debunk fake alien videos. I do both because I hate the fakes. The fakes piss me off. I fucking hate them.
And they're just here to confuse us and ask for money. What do you think that blue thing on the right? Could that be some sort of from the alien or just a reflection?
Back here, that's a weird one.
Yeah, that blue thing.
I was trying to figure that out, and
it is interesting, I have to admit.
That there.
Yeah. It is interesting.
That looks like
the top of a bell.
If we follow the direction, you see the direction, follow it. It's where the alien is standing.
There are two, man. There is one on the left as well.
Maybe it has something to do with his cloaking device and he's turning it off and it's like, or maybe it's got something to do with his teleportation device and he's just teleported from outside of this UFO orb or from his UFO craft from over here or something. It's got something to do with technology that he's using to do whatever it is he's doing.
Have you seen the one from Juanito Juan, the bright orb inside his living room?
That was this one, wasn't it?
No, that's the one where the alien appears.
But there's a bright orb in his living room.
It's an even better. It's much better, man.
When we get to the end of this video, there's something at the end of this video. Where is it? Oh, that's the first one. That's that one.
I'll get you the video.
The first one. Because then they wouldn't be able to see us. If aliens didn't have eyes, how would they see us? CKX.
Here it is. I'm gonna post it on the chat, okay?
All right.
Look, man, this one here, it's like, I want your opinion, because, okay, I just posted on the chat right now. Okay, that one down there.
Are you talking about this video here? This is his first one.
No, that's the alien. It's on the chat of the live.
So like
this one here.
What I wanted to talk about. At the end of this video, I talk about it. See, there's the alien that pops up, right?
Yep.
But as we get to the end of the video, something strange happens. Do you see that? Did you see that?
The light or on the left?
Here's the light. He's teleported back into the light. There. Outside. It's like daylight. It's like daylight. This is in the middle of the night. The UFO has landed. The orbs come in. He's teleported out of the orb. Teleports back into the orb, and then he teleports back into the UFO, and the whole outside lights up, and it takes off.
Wow. Can you get the link on the chat that I posted? It's from Juanito Juan as well, but it's the orb. But it's so fucking clear, man.
Yeah,
oh, sorry.
yeah. See how it's daylight? Look how bright it is.
Yeah.
Look how bright it is. See the light? I show it. I go backwards and forwards in the video. Look, backwards and forwards, backwards and forwards. The orb disappears. The light shoots off. Here. It's so bright. It blinds the camera. It blinds the look. See, shoots off and takes off. You see that? Like
it
that's
the wall, right? It pierces the wall.
I don't understand. Look how bright it is in the middle of the night. Look, the light, and the UFO takes off, boom, and it's gone. You see that? How quick it is?
Yeah, very quick. It's like electrical.
It's so bright from each window and the other window. That's like next to impossible to fake. The amount of luminosity needed. Look at the light. It lights up as it shoots off. Like, here I show like different filters on the alien's head, examining it. So you got a link over here. Put that over here.
Okay, so you're gonna tell me what you think about this orb that the guy's gonna catch. It I don't know. Some people say, he's what's up, Andrew? Good to see you, my brother. Okay, so I think the orb is coming in, or I'm not sure if it's, but I want your opinion because at start it looked like he had like a balloon with some LED lights or something. But I got a bit scared, I have to admit.
It kind of looks like a LED light there, a multicolored one. But where the fuck is a Mexican from Mexico that only has pesos afford to build something like this? He can barely afford to buy the LED light on the front of this, let alone everything else that's here. I admit it kind of looks like an LED light, but like, where did he come up with the money to
Can you see the balloon, right? Can you see the orb? Yeah.
I see a perfect. I see a perfect sphere.
Yeah.
A balloon would be distorted as the gas is moving.
Exactly.
It wouldn't be able to stay level. The gas would make it go up.
It's gonna become perfect, man. You're gonna see it perfectly. Look at that. Look at how it moves. It's
like it's easy to say. It's easier to say it's a balloon with an LED light, but prove it. Exactly. Can you prove
the movement? Have you seen the movement? Is not of a balloon.
It's not moving like a balloon. It's like floating there.
Kind of floating. The only thing I could think of would be maybe like a fishing string and some sort of It's beautiful, right, brother? To see, even if,
Either we're
we
looking at
haven't seen anything
either
insane
we're
like
looking
that,
at advanced, beautiful, advanced alien technology, or we're looking at a funny Mexican who made a balloon with a flashing light on it. But it doesn't look. It's perfectly spherical. Look,
Look, it's
it's
gonna leave. You're gonna see it leaving the house. So
it's
wait a
perfectly
second.
it's perfectly spherical. It doesn't have
Yeah,
distortions like gas in a balloon would have.
and it is a little bit. It's not like perfectly easy to see. It's a little bit um, for the amount of light. Why isn't it showing as much? You know what I mean? Look, it's leaving now. It's
Look at
good,
the
man.
light.
It's
Look at
good,
the
right?
light. The light reflects his hand, but it's not reflecting here. We're not seeing no reflections here.
It is what people say, it
Know what I mean?
doesn't shine everything. It just creates light, but it doesn't.
It's reflecting his hand, but the light's not reflecting off the floor, which is weird.
Oh, thank you, Andrew, for your opinion and as well. Do you know
Do you
Gabber,
see? Do you
Andrew?
see? Do you see how we see over here?
Yeah.
Do you see over here? The
Mhm.
floor, we've got the light reflecting through the windows. It's reflecting off the floor. But this light, it's got like no reflection anywhere. It's weird.
Nice one, brother. I think you're gonna like to see the Boogosphere. Let me get you the link. Uh, this one here. Okay, the Boogosphere. It's a perfect video. You've seen it already, I'm sure. It's beautiful, right? I do like this video. It's
I don't know. I just seen this video. I don't know what the fuck it is, SickX. Can you explain what this is? Because they're trying to say it's a balloon, but I can't see distortions in the spherical ball. It's perfect spherical geometry. You'd
yeah,
need to have some sort of distortion somewhere from the gas of the balloon, which I'm not seeing. This kind of looks like an LED light, but it's weird that we're not seeing any reflections on the floor.
yeah. It looks like a dim, not very reflective light. Look, he's putting his hand right underneath it. Look. So
I
this
can
one
see,
here,
I can
it's the
see what you
difference.
mean. Where's his hand underneath? You would see it. There's a floor underneath. I don't know what the hell's going on. It's move. Is that just what the? Look at the
Yeah,
movement.
it's floating on top of it.
It's making like micro adjustments. See, it's making micro adjustments.
Yeah.
Is it like is it like an illusion? There's string there tied to the.
I don't know. I wouldn't
You
say
said
it's.
you said
I
what
don't
happens
know.
at the end? You said it flies away or something.
Yeah. Look there.
Oh, there we're seeing the
There's light.
reflection. See that?
There's no strings there, brother. I don't see any
There's the
strings. I
reflection.
don't.
Now we're seeing the reflection here on the floor. See?
Yeah. Oh yes, 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 yes.
See the reflection? Falling for what, SickX? I'm fucking examining the video.
It's good, right?
See, we're seeing the reflection here now. What have I thought for? I'm examining the video and I'm weighing the evidence. Fucking wake up to yourself.
Awesome, brother. We have to do this more often, brother. I'll get you some good stuff. Look, I see. I used to see hundreds of videos of UFOs. Now I'm a bit more picky. Look at now, you can see the white of the sphere. Look, it's beautiful, right, man?
It doesn't look like a balloon to me, unless he's just like made a model of a perfect sphere and put a light on it.
Yeah, but there's no strings, man. How can he put it hovering?
There's no strings. Maybe he put a drone inside it and it's just hovering like a drone or something.
Look, the Boogosphere, that link that I put it there, right underneath you. It's the
Yeah.
next video I want you to see.
I gotta see the end of this first.
Oh yes, of course. It's the same size, a bit bigger than this. But then when Mausan has it, it looks a bit smaller. But I tell you, it's the best video that I've seen recently.
I don't know what is he doing? Is Mosan giving him money now to fake stuff because they're making money from it? What the hell's going on? What are they doing?
Juanito, look how it's leaving now. Look
how it leaves. It's there. Where does it
Can
leave?
you see that the video cuts a little bit? He cuts it a bit short. You know what I mean? Like, look, this could be one of those sphere drones because he doesn't have sound.
So why does he stop the video here? That's a red flag for me.
He does that a little bit, even on the.
Why would you stop the video? You would keep filming that until it flew away. Why would you stop that there tells me he faked this.
I don't know if this is the real one. Maybe the real one has the end of it. This one could be
anyone who films the UFO and then just stops the camera, automatic red flag. It's fake. Because everyone else that films the UFO, they film it until it goes away.
Exactly.
It's an instant red flag.
Yeah. Exactly.
I think he's faking it now, trying to make money. He's trying to sell these videos to Mosan.
Either way, the sphere UFO is very expensive. The sphere drone. So I don't think either Mausan is giving him money to.
I think Mosan's giving him money is just buying new toys and he's just fucking around now. The way that video ends, I don't like the video now. I think it's fake as fuck.
Yeah. Either way, I don't see. I don't know anyone who owns a sphere drone. And even though it's not easy to control it, to go in slowly and then play the lights. If you think about it, it's not that hard, but it's not that easy either because there's a lot of details, there. Let's check the next video. Either way, you can save this link.
I don't know. It looks the way the video ends.
A review.
It looks fake to me.
Because remember, he's a mechanic, so he can.
The dude made a paper mache ball, put a drone in it and an LED light, and faked it. He wants to make money. He's a cheap Mexican. See, like he might be an experiencer. He's been abducted by aliens. He might have got some couple videos of a real alien, and now he's like, I can make money if I can fake this, and this is what he's doing now. So now he's ruined his reputation, and no one's going to believe any of the videos he showed now. I can't even post this. I can't post this because of the way it ends. I believe it's fully fake because of the way it just like.
But look, Gabber, check the original video because I don't think this is the original. I think this may be edited. I'm not sure. Okay. Either way, check the link that I posted on the. Can you check it, or I can repost it if you want.
Repost it.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't like the way that ends. I feel it's fake, and the light looks like an LED light. I've got over 107 UFO videos that I've posted. I've still got a backlog of catalog of folders full of UFO videos that I've filmed that I haven't even posted yet. And like when you see these lights, you start to learn what an LED light looks like and what a UFO light looks like. Different.
Exactly.
Different. That just looked like LED light to me. That did not show me anything from hundreds of UFO videos I've seen where the light's different to the hundreds of UFOs I've photographed and seen with my own eyes that I can see the light is different. It's not the same. It's weird. It's like organic. It's not like an LED light or a light globe. Totally different. What up, Drift Sync? How you going, buddy?
Okay, let me just send you the link. Okay, I'm gonna repost it. Okay. Okay, after we check the Boogosphere, we can check Andrew Rowland's UFO videos. I was telling you, Andrew is the one who sends me the Florida UFO videos.
Yeah, I wouldn't even post that.
Up,
I wouldn't even post that video. I'm too afraid that it's fake. I feel that's too fake, and I would get laughed at. I wouldn't even post it.
You need to stop it occasionally, okay, because of the copyright.
All right.
But you're gonna like it.
Yeah, some people they want to believe too much. They want to believe too much that they can't see how people fake stuff. You find a lot of people want to believe so much that they won't look at how did they fake this? What can I see in this that makes
the reasoning why they want to fake and stuff.
Yeah. Me, I don't want to believe. You know, in the X-Files, the big poster, I want to believe.
Yes.
I don't care about that. I don't want to believe. I just want to know the truth. I don't want to believe.
Yeah. Look, man, right now, the way we are, we want proof because we know.
What's truth, next? You know what I mean? Is he going to film a dildo with LEDs on it and call it a cigar-shaped UFO?
What do you think about this theory? Okay, it's still floating now, but it's going to fall to the ground.
So it falls to the ground.
Yeah. Look at it. People say it has close resemblance with a symbol from Star Wars. It's called the Boogosphere as well.
It's a basketball falling. It's a soccer ball.
It does look a little bit like a soccer ball. Yes, they also talk about that. But the video is good.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look at it.
They're gonna do some tests now. In this video, I'm not sure, but I think they do an X-ray.
Let's have a look.
Can you see those beige? It looks like a serpent with the heads, right?
I think
they go inside.
I think you want to believe too much.
Look, I'm not saying that's real, man.
Look at this. Why is that not? Why? Look, can you see how this goes like this?
Yeah.
It's a cheap Colombian who can't engrave properly. Look at
this.
Oh my
God! It doesn't look the same one. It's a different one.
Look at this. I'll trace it. Look at this. What's that?
Yeah.
Look at this one. Look at this one. Look at this one. What's that? But look at this one. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah, that's not the same one. Oh my God.
What's this? You put an angle grinder on this? Look at this. It's got burn marks. You can see the burn marks where he's burnt it with a soldering iron or something.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful, brother. Do you see why we have to do this more often? Because I don't have those the eyes for that, brother. You do.
What the fuck? What the fuck are these symbols? These are not symbols. It's just scribble. These are not hieroglyphs. You just fucking scribbled this shit. That's not fucking ancient runes or hieroglyphs or nothing. And look,
Go a little
look.
forward because
None of this has geometry. Look. He can't draw a straight line. Look at this. Look, that's a straight line. Look at that shit. What the fuck is this?
Wow,
Yeah, I slipped with the grinder. Wait, look at this one. What's this here? Look at this one.
Yeah, it's not.
He can't even draw a curve. You know what I mean? Look at this one.
Okay, let's go forward a little bit. It's gonna change. I think it's gonna. That looks like an UFO triangle.
It's just a soccer ball.
TR3B.
It was just a soccer ball falling from the sky.
Look, that's the X-ray look of the inside. They're saying, "Oh, there are no rivets. Look at that. Those black things are rivets." They say there is no rivets.
There's no rivets. That's the rivets there.
Yeah, there is rivets. They say there is no rivets. And then
it's got a seam.
Rivets,
it has a seam. UFOs do not have a seam. No rivets, no screws, no nuts, no bolts, no seams, no panels, no nothing. There's two seams here, and then rivets holding the bracket in.
Yeah, but look, let's now think. How does it fly? You know, how did they fake that? You know,
they put a balloon in the air. Just a balloon. Just a balloon.
Ah, okay.
It's just a balloon. Look at this shit. It's got a seam.
Water in it?
Oh, look at this malacca. Look, that's got 3 seams. Look at this malacca, the biggest malacca of all. Look at this one. I'm Jimmy Musson. Look at me. Meow.
That's why I wanted to show you, because of Jaime, you know, because, you know, it's the way it flies, it looks like
look how bad the seams are. The guy who built this is fucking cross-eyed.
It's not Mexico. They had to go to Cuba. You see, brother, I was entertaining the idea, and at the end, brother, you know, you put some sense into me. You know, Sid Vichara.
Like, we're just seeing a ball.
He doesn't even hear me when I talk to him about this stuff. But
yeah. I don't know who's believing this. Jamie Musan's the biggest fake grifter, hoax, fraud, liar you've ever met in your life.
Yeah.
He's publishing this crap just every week. He's publishing new crap that's just like unbelievable. This is a soccer ball. This does no directional changes. It just floats up a bit, floats down. It's just a soccer ball floating in the air. Even look, it's just a soccer ball, bro. Look, I put the soccer in there.
Look, they put water in
she's
it.
Massaging. She's massaging the ball. Oh, the water evaporated. Oh my God, water evaporates on a hot object.
And the ball is cold. So you know what they could be using? That ice cold thing. Look, it's much better now. Look, it's different. Zoom in now.
What happened? What happened to it?
It's a different ball.
No, it's totally fucking garbage. It's just the other side. They've done it on both sides. That's the worst. That's the worst engraving I ever seen. No curves. The triangles are different depth. That's just horrible.
It never flew again, so it never flew again. You know what I mean?
It never flew to begin with. They just threw that off somebody's roof. Here, catch this, bro.
Andrew, post the link of your channel, brother, of your video, so Gabber can have a look.
Look, Look, it's Jamie Musan playing with his balls live on YouTube.
Beautiful.
Oh, look, they're
now
testing
they're
it
using the
with
suits. Now they're using
scientists.
the suits.
Oh my God! You know what? Do you know what it is? He has his own scientists. He uses his own paid-for scientists. What are they going to find? Whatever he pays them to find.
Look, what do you think about the mummies?
What's he got a fucking electrometer, fucking voltmeter on the fucking UFO for? What's that gonna do?
To check if there's electricity.
My brain fucking hurts. I'm having a migraine.
Yes,
oh my
look,
God,
why
someone
is the
drew
girl
the fucking...
touching it?
Why doesn't the engraving look like this?
Yeah, it's much better now. They've photoshopped it now.
What does this
Andrew,
say?
get a video of yours, please, so Gabber
Shit,
can check it out.
Ficken, I hoaxed you really good, Jamie Musan. This is Jamie Musan's signature. I fucking hoaxed you really fucking good. Oh my
Okay,
God!
so we're gonna
why
go
did he
for the
cut it
next
with?
one, brother.
Look, do you see how it's got a cut on it? Do you see the grinder cut?
Yeah.
How would that fly in space if you could just get a simple cut like that and destroy the surface of the fucking flying object?
Okay, so brother, I got some videos here from Andrew.
Oh my God! They put the UFO on a scale.
How much does it weigh?
Look at this. Look at the ball. See the ball? Look at this.
Oh, is it flying now again?
Look at this.
No, that's a different one. That's a different one. Right?
Here, let me show you. I'll show you the real stuff. This is the real stuff. Where is it?
Okay, let me see a video so I can show you from Andrew.
Do you see this?
Where?
You can see this Jamie Musan?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make it a bit bigger.
Okay, I have to go to my...
This is Jamie Musan. Look, playing with his big balls.
Okay, my connection is not very good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna send you a video of Okay, let me see if I can get you a nice video from the Florida UFOs. But I wanted some more older videos. Here we go. Okay, so basically, how do these UFOs work? They, from what Brother Andrew tells me, they come into, they enter, he tells me that they enter our dimension over the Gulf, okay, of Mexico, of Florida.
Who said this?
Andrew Rollins.
Andrew
These are the
Rollins.
videos that he sends me. Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
post on the channel, and you can go there and you can play them. Okay, here we
All right.
go. I'm gonna post it, and you can help me not debunk it, but study it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
identify it, because I had people telling me before, oh, those are satellites.
Yeah.
But the thing is that if he sees them there, either that's a place where many of them go, or they're not satellites because they're faster, I think, than satellites.
You can tell if it's like exactly what you just said. You can tell if it's a satellite by the velocity of the object.
Okay, you see the link?
Let me have a look.
Do you want me to get another?
I see the link.
Okay.
So this is the object here. Object there. What sort of camera is this?
Okay, Andrew is on the chat, so he can tell. Tell us, Andrew.
That's moving too slow to be a satellite right now. That's too slow.
Yeah, exactly. It's too slow. I wasn't sure. I was trying to.
We go to the beginning. We go to the beginning.
So
Oops.
he tells us. He tells me that
that's kind of
when
moving
they
too
ride
slow.
up, they're entering the our dimension because they lose their cloaking capabilities for some seconds. That's why you see the streak they leave, kind of.
Yeah.
But he catches them, like he has the call to go and video them.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't video them like straight from his house. He goes to a spot where he can see. And Gabber, these lights, they've been showcased by another big channel that I'm gonna send you the link now. The guy is so known, man. He's got like 500,000. I'm trying to remember his name. Mindseed.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm gonna put Florida UFOs. Let me see if I did a video commenting this guy. The same lights from Andrew, but you're gonna love this video, man. There is more. Okay.
All right. Look, we're at the Gulf of Mexico. Right. See here.
Oh, do you have a camera? Oh my god, you're joking with me.
We have the Gulf of Mexico. We put it over here. Where we want it here. We'll go here.
Gulf of Florida.
All right. Now we go to current day. Press play. Let's zoom in. There. That's the speed of the satellites there when you zoomed in.
Oh, beautiful, brother.
See,
Okay, so I
satellite
just
there.
posted the video. We can watch this video afterwards. Oh, beautiful, man. What is that, stellarium? No.
Yeah, stellarium. So we can see.
That's what the
That's how.
Tedesco brothers use. You know Tedesco brothers?
Yeah. So what?
You know
And
them,
we can go
right?
back. Yeah. We can go backwards in
They
time.
were at the backyard, Professor, today.
Yeah. So what I do is my camera was pointing north at this day and time, and then I click play, and I look. A UFO flew here. Are there any satellites nearby? You know what I mean? You can check.
Yeah.
You can go backwards in time, and you can check. You can see if it was like we look around, and this is the only satellite here. This is how I check, and sometimes I put side by side. Here's my video. Here is this. We can clearly see there's no satellites. This is a UFO. Whatever, I can do split screen and show that it's not a satellite.
Awesome.
So you got to zoom in a bit. Then when you zoom in, then you can see all the satellites. It tells you every single satellite, how far away it is.
Oh, my light is good now. Can you see the look?
And it tells you the distance away.
Can you read it?
At 3,000 kilometers, we're not going to see that. This one is 2,400 kilometers. My camera is not going to see that. Click on this one. This one's 1,800 kilometers away. So if I saw that on my infrared camera, it would look like half a pixel. You know what I'm saying? It would look like half a pixel at that distance away. But I'm capturing balls of light 30 times bigger than half a pixel. Impossible to say it's a satellite. The size of it, you know what I mean? I can see them. They're like literally couple hundred meters away from me, flying treetop height over the top of my neighbors' houses. Where do you see a satellite the size of a basketball flying treetop height? It's not logical. It's not logical.
Look, can you see the comment from Andrew? He's saying if you have anywhere with a camera in Florida pointing from Crystal River, watch the sky for the north at 1 a.m. Either way, brother, I got this link here. I just posted on the chat. If you want, when you want, show. Let's show that video, and you're gonna see Andrew's UFOs, but with Mindseed's camera, which is a bit better. What is that triangle over there? Facing down. Look.
I don't know. Just distortion
in the.
It's just distortion in the background because they put a background image.
Okay.
They just put a background image so to like reference it, sort of. But north, south, east, west. It's got the compass on it.
Awesome. So these UFOs from Andrew, they have puzzled me. Look, I had some friend that told me, "Oh, those are satellites," and I didn't I didn't. I don't think they're satellites. Either way, that's the link I just posted, and I think that's the last one. If you have anything else we can show afterwards, we can do that. But this link, you're gonna like it because they're. You may have to stop it once in a while because it's copyrighted. I can put the video. I can put the sound if you want of that video.
What's this? This is 73 UFOs. Looks like a
No,
piece of
that's
string.
like a string. That's a string or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think that was something. Look, that's the lights appearing. Can you see the light? Look.
That's a. Looks like a string.
No, that's not the UFOs. Wait, they're not here yet. Those ones. Can you see the white dot appearing?
This.
Yeah. And it's gonna travel a little bit and then it turns off. So those are the UFOs that Andrew videos.
Yeah.
But look, sometimes they go all in one direction, most likely, but sometimes not the same direction. They go like almost like crossing each other and stuff.
I see a lot of things
Look,
like
that
this.
one.
Yeah. Look. See how it's closer. See how it's brighter. It's closer.
Yeah,
The other ones were further away. That one was closer.
exactly. What do you think, man? Look, there's many. Andrew catches them like pretty much every
That's
day, you know?
that's too close. That's too close and too big to be a satellite. It's too close and too big to be a satellite. Look how bright that is.
Look, he's counting the UFOs. Look, he's caught 22 already. Goes until 4 o'clock in the morning, mind. And it's weekdays. And it's the Gulf of Mexico.
Another one.
Yeah, you can stop. So look, always new and more. Look, he goes a little bit. So apparently, this guy, Mindseed, also lives in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
And there's something else. Andrew tells. Okay, Andrew.
Another one there.
I
Look at
don't.
that.
Do you want to?
Look how close that is. It's really bright, big, and close. I've never seen
They
a
are
satellite.
orange colored. Okay.
I've
They're
never seen a
orange colored.
satellite like, unless that's a fresh launch from SpaceX and it's only 150 to 300 kilometers away. That's what
Yeah.
SpaceX would look like. But it would be a trail. It would be a trail of them. And that's what that would look like. SpaceX at
Okay.
150 to 300 kilometers away. Once they get to like 700 kilometers away and then go out into 1,500 kilometers, 2,000 kilometers away in orbit, you don't see them.
Yeah.
You do not see them. You only see fresh launches that are within 150 to 300 kilometers away.
Awesome. Look, he's counting them. Look, 27 already.
See, why did it disappear? Why did it disappear?
Okay, so from what Andrew tells us, it's the cloaking system starts kicking back in.
I don't know.
So
I see
when they come into our dimension.
I see this here. I see these balls of light. They fly a quarter of the sky, and then they just disappear.
Exactly.
And it's like they turn their cloaking device on.
Exactly. What you think? I think I trust Andrew, okay? But of course, when we're pursuing the truth, of course, we want to see, you know, um, what you're saying, what's the
A lot
color,
of there's a lot of them
um,
flying around.
but they're all coming in the same direction if you think about it. And then
What
Andrew tells
direction?
us,
What direct? Because satellites move in one direction.
Andrew,
West
tell us a little bit what we're talking.
satellites
Tell us.
satellites move from west to east.
Andrew has a rocket launch and a UFO in the same
Yo,
video.
yo, yo, crazy's in with the Raider 3. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for the raid. Hope you had a good stream. It's Crazy's in. My following Crazy's in. Let me give you a shout out.
Shout out to Craze.
Shout out to Crazy's in. Thanks for the raid, buddy. Appreciate the support. Make sure you give Crazy's in a follow.
Big hug, Craze. Leave me a comment and I will sub back. Or he's on Bilibili.
I'm streaming.
Nice
Nice.
one. I'm
I'm
glad, brother.
I'm streaming. I'm streaming on Twitch while we're doing this. Like, because I was streaming my game, and I just streamed
Oh,
everything we were
nice one.
doing. I didn't bother turning my stream off.
Okay. But look, if we could do that, but I don't have the paid StreamYard. Unless you have it, we can do it on your channel. Either way, you can download the show and then post it on your channel on Bilibili if you want, or
Yeah.
if you want to talk about the Juanito stuff. I'm gonna get, if you want for next time, I will get more things, but because I see hundreds of stuff, I have to filter what is good, what is not good, and
Yeah.
for you to, I don't want to make you lose time. Look, I know we we look for video evidence, photo evidence, and sometimes things look alike and one is a hoax and the other one is not, so we can only really investigate and go through the person, because Juanito, he's people tell bad things about him, but they can just be saying that so that, remember, once a liar, always a liar. So the intelligence, the CIA, if they want you to become a liar, they will find one reason with proof, adulterated proof, you know what I mean? Like fake proof, to make you a liar. And after that, everything that you talked before could be put into question. That's the society, we live in. But we all know that it's not the truth, usually, contactees, the first contact is strong, and then they keep tags on you, instead of always being on top of you. So, they don't want people to catch them. Hello, Mama Bear Claw. Big hugs, sister. Mama Bear Claw?
This is what I filmed last week.
Beautiful. Though the UFOs you catch, they remind me of the Florida real UFO. He was here earlier,
Yeah. And look,
but his
do you
but
see? Do
his
you see?
are
Do you see how bright it is
are
here? Do you see how?
translucent in a way.
Do you see how bright it is here? Now we go to the end of the
What's the
video.
color of the UFO? Is that green or what's the color?
White, White.
White. Okay, that's the same of the Florida UFOs.
So there's a UFO there,
UFO.
and then we get to the end of the video. What happened? You see it?
He disappeared?
It's turning the light off. Look, it's getting dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer and dimmer. It's turning the light off.
Yeah.
So now it's like.
But that's when it's further away, right?
No, it's only been flying for 1 minute. It couldn't have gone that fast. It's not moving that fast. It's turned the light off.
How far
it's
is
turned
it?
The light
how
off.
Far?
How do you judge distance at nighttime?
Yeah, exactly. It's hard, isn't it?
How do you judge distance at nighttime when you don't know the size of the object?
Did your laser touch it or not?
No, I was just waving the laser around it. No. And
okay, not okay.
It's turned the light off, so like I can't see it with my eyes, but I can still see it with the infrared camera. So it's like it's turned the light off and it's gone to cloaking, so I can't see it with my eyes anymore, but I can see through cloaking devices with the infrared camera. That's why we still see it as a little dot.
Beautiful.
That's that one. It's turned the light off, and to the point where look, it just like disappears, like almost disappears. You can still see it because it's on the infrared. Then vanishes. Look, it's gone.
Zigzagging
it's gone.
or
it vanishes.
It's going forward. Does it change path?
No, it's just flying past. No directional change.
Okay. Because when Florida real UFOs, he hits them with the laser.
Yeah.
Sometimes they change direction. A lot of times, you know. What do you think about the velocity compared to a satellite? That one there. Is it faster, slower? You check them, right? With do you check them with stellarium and stuff?
Yeah.
Did it beam you back? It looked like it was beaming you light back.
No, these ones are just flying past. But the thing is,
you've caught them beaming up, right?
The thing is,
flashing you back
with the satellite. With the satellite, I show a video. I compare the satellite image to a UFO image. Where is it?
Tell me one thing, Gabber. Is there? I do. Of course, we're sure that there's different satellites. You know, the European, American, Russian, Chinese. There is a minimum velocity they need to travel to keep in orbit, right?
Do you see here?
Yeah.
That's Betelgeuse. That's the UFO to the left. There's the Betelgeuse. There's that star. So you put an X on them. And then I click play.
Much love, Mama Bear. Good night, sister.
That's the direction of the UFO. It flies under Betelgeuse. Click play. Click play. Where's the satellite? Do you see what I mean?
Beautiful. Oh my God, I love that.
Where's the satellite?
You get all the evidence straight away.
That proves it's not a satellite.
Yeah.
Just the size.
Wait,
just the size. Just the size of that ball of light tells me it's not a satellite. But I even show here. I show there's no satellite. There's a satellite up here going in a different direction. Look, that's going up. This is going down.
Oh yeah. Oh, you can see it exactly.
See, that's going up. That one's going down. There's nothing underneath Betelgeuse.
Gabber, tell me one thing.
Then I show size comparison.
Secret, you know, it could be like a secret.
It could be.
Or
next generation like drone.
Yes. Do you see the video from Sightings as well? He had a video.
You see here
with the V, right? The three lights with a V.
Yeah. He showed me that.
Remember that?
See, there's the UFO on the bottom. There's a Starlink on top. Do you see the size difference? See the size difference?
Yeah.
No, man. See, I put them together. That's a Starlink. It's like a tiny little dot, and there's a UFO. It's 30 times bigger. Like, how can you tell me that's a satellite? I just showed you it's not a satellite. It's not on the satellite map. And look at the size difference. See, there's the stars. It's smaller than the stars. It's like it's about the
Beautiful.
size as one of the smaller stars. How can you mistake that? Just from the size of it, there's no way that's a satellite.
Yes, satellites, they're very small. Have you ever caught the ISS, Gabber?
Yep,
What color is the ISS usually?
I got a video of
Is
it.
it white as well?
Yep,
Because
I got a video.
Gabber, I
Got a video
got
of
a
the ISS.
sighting from some years ago on top of my house and my garden. And Gabber, I got a video of it, but my phone only caught like sometimes a little dot. But Gabber, with my eyes, it was like a dull orange.
That's what the ISS looks like. I've seen it. I've seen it orange color too. Sometimes
But
white.
crossing the top of your house or not, or just
Yeah,
passing
that's
on
that's the
far
ISS.
away.
That's the ISS right there.
Okay, and it's white, right?
I've seen it orange and white. I've seen
Oh,
it
you've
both
seen
colors.
orange. So I've seen the orange one, and I tell you,
Yeah.
the orange was huge. It looked, like
It's huge. It's huge
maybe a
because
third of the moon.
yeah, it's huge because it's like it's only 700 kilometers away. It's very close to
Okay.
us. That's why.
Okay, okay,
So
okay.
that's the ISS flying past because I checked with the satellite app, and when I looked at the satellite app, I could clearly see there was the ISS. There it is flying past the ISS. And here I show there's the ISS. My camera's facing
Beautiful.
northwest, and I play it together. There
Yes,
it is
and
there, and
Andrew, your
there's the
videos,
ISS.
it's not the ISS, brother. You don't have ISS passing there like every night, several times.
And you can type ISS live tracker, and you can click here. You can see where the ISS is when it loads up.
Beautiful, Gabber.
Where is it?
Gabber, I'm sorry if I do too many questions, but my audience is many of them are not
Here. See,
maybe as
you can
instructed as we
you
are,
can you can see where the ISS is right now. You can always look it up. There's the ISS right now. Yeah, it's over Africa.
Awesome. Amazing,
So,
brother.
that was that one. What else did I see? There's this one.
Do you have any disc? I know the discs are very hard to get, right? Most
Another
discs
one.
are not real. I do have a
Too many,
sighting of a
too
friend
many,
of mine.
too many people make too many fakes.
Yeah. I have a friend that caught two discs on top of his house, very close to me.
Yeah.
In 2013, him and his wife, two of them passed over his balcony. 11
Over the
o'clock,
balcony.
21 of June.
Another one here. Flying
And
past.
ready to see sun.
The discs are hard to capture. I never see any UFOs during the daytime. Some people say they see UFOs all the time in the daytime. I don't know.
Yes, I have. Do you know Alien Addict, Nick,
Yeah,
the guy who
yeah,
took over the channel? I
yeah,
go there every Friday. He does a show. And I also go to Hidden Underbelly. You know Hidden?
yeah.
Hidden is amazing, man. He's like,
So do you see that? See that one there? Look how fast it's going. See how fast that's going? You see that?
no, I don't see where it is.
It's over
Where is
here.
it? Ah, okay. You know why? I have the lights not very strong.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
See how fast that's going? That's
Wow.
too fast.
Yes,
Too
yes.
fast to be a satellite. Look at it. That's too fast to be a satellite.
Beautiful. Um, this friend Nick from Alien Addict, he says, "Why don't people skywatch during the day? It's much easier." And you know, he's completely right, isn't he? Like during
How
the
is it
day, you're
easy?
gonna see much better.
How is it easier during the day?
He says it's easier. He catches more during the day because during the night, the lights. Of course, you can explain the lights, right? Through the
No,
speed, through the strength,
I can't explain the lights. I see
through
lights
the
flying.
sight, through
I
the
see light. I see
stellarium.
lights. I see lights flying over the top of my neighbor's house, 3 stories high, five houses away, a couple 100 meters away. I can't explain that.
Will um, it will appear a little bit, but then it does fade away. The satellites as well, right? They do fade away as well. Um,
The satellites never
right
fade
when the
away.
sun stops hitting them, they disappear, right?
No, no, my infrared camera sees them until they disappear off the horizon.
Yeah, but
There's
with your
no.
eyes, you will stop seeing it when the light is too weak for your eyes to capture it. That's what I
I
mean,
don't.
right?
I do not see any satellites with my eyes.
Yeah, I do see them with my eyes, you know?
I do not. I do not see them.
Oh my god, you have to, man. I do see them.
I do not see them unless it's a fresh Starlink launch. Unless it's a fresh Starlink launch and they're 150 to 300 kilometers away, because I can see on
Okay,
the
so
app. I
Gabber.
can see on the app how far away they are. I see them, but I sit outside for 2 fucking hours. I do not see a single satellite.
Okay, so Gabber, you're gonna do this. You're gonna go at nine between 9 and 10. Okay, when it's sundown, okay, it's hard because of the stations of the year, you know, the okay, let's do like this. Between when is sundown there at night?
I don't know.
Like
I don't go out. I don't.
8 now?
Yes, something
9?
like that.
Okay, try between 9 and 10 o'clock at night, going out a little bit and focus, focus like on the easier stars, okay? And then through through the corner of your eyes, try to see if you see any movement, okay? You have to catch some satellites because I catch them all the time, man. It's not that I'm outside looking, but imagine if I go outside and smoke a cigarette, 5 minutes. If I scan the whole sky, I may catch a satellite.
What direction is it going? North, south, east, west? Which one?
Okay, so usually I catch them going west to east.
That's 95% of satellites go west to east.
Or north the North orbit, I think, the North Star. Um, yeah, north, east. Those are, I think those are the only. The one that I caught, the orange one that passed over my house, and I jumped to my garden, thinking that it was a UFO, and I wanted to be taken. But as well, I was with my phone on my hand videoing it. It passed slowly, and I think it could have been ISS. My friend the next day told me it was the ISS because it was 4 a.m. and he checked it out.
See
But
this
I
one?
was,
See how big
it
this one
looked like
is?
the ISS, you know. It was
There's
going
no there,
east, from west to east.
this one. There's no way this is a satellite. Look how big it is. See how big it is? That's so close to me. I'm not zoomed in. Nothing. Look how close that is.
Yeah,
That's literally. That's literally like a few thousand feet away from me, if closer.
nice one, brother.
It's only a few thousand feet of me. It's like right next to me. I feel like I can touch him. It's that close. And I've got them. I've captured them bigger than that. Like bigger, like like basketball size, like a huge watermelon in the sky.
Yeah. Do you know the Tedesco brothers I was talking to you about?
Yeah.
They call them the Dragon UFOs because they go with the helicopters, the airplanes. They mess with
Yeah.
them. They don't mess with them. They kind of
Follow
look
them.
like they're following them, right?
I've seen UFOs following planes sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
these are
I'll
the
see
very
you.
fast ones. They are
I've
like
seen
they're too
no, I've seen
fast,
slow
you know.
ones. I've seen slow ones flying the
Almost look like
planes.
insects.
I'll follow the UFO with my laser pointer so the pilot can see where it is. And then when the UFO gets close to the plane, I turn it off so that
Yeah.
I don't accidentally hit the aeroplane with it. But I show the pilot where it is so in case it gets in his way, he can move out of the way or something,
With a laser?
Yeah.
Oh, be careful because that's a crime, man.
No, it's not. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, you mean the airplane? No, you're not meaning
Did you
lasering
listen
the
to what I
airplane,
did
no?
you listen did you listen to what I said?
No, I
I
didn't. No, I
shine the
didn't.
laser pointer at the UFO so the
Mm,
aeroplane can see where it is, and when the aeroplane gets near to the UFO, I turn the laser pointer off so that it doesn't hit the plane. You don't
sorry,
listen
man.
to
I
what I said.
understood it.
You just heard laser pointer plane. Gabber, what are you
Yes,
doing? That's some good shit you're smoking over there, bro. Puff, puff, pass it on. I want some of that, bro.
it is good, man. Look, I know you wouldn't do that, you know. My laser pointer actually is so
I
weak,
was
man, that I
I was
cannot
in Air
even
Force.
reach
I
the
was in Air
stars.
Force cadets. I was in Air Force cadets for 7 years. I did aircraft recognition course up to an advanced level. I have a respect for pilots. I would never point my fucking laser pen at a pilot.
And look,
Never.
how can you if the
I
airplane,
got my
okay, if
pilot's
it's looking
license.
forward,
I got my pilot's license when I was 16. I flew glider
oh my
plane.
God,
I
you
flew a
fly
light.
airplanes as well.
I flew a light aeroplane. I didn't
Wow, my
complete.
God.
I did all the theory, but then I needed like $20,000 in fuel to pay for the flying hours to complete the
Yeah,
license. And my parents never gave me any money for the fuel, so I never got the license completed.
yeah, I know, man. It's expensive to become a pilot.
It's not cheap.
Mm, that's why we have Sitvich, because you
He's
don't
a
need
fucking
to.
gnome. Why would you talk to that gnome for?
He's not gnome. He's well tall, man.
He's a gnome. Don't trust gnomes, man.
From Norway.
No, especially gnomes from Norway. They cannot be trusted.
Look, Gabber, tell me more things. Have you caught any? You showed me the lantern guy. hominids, right?
Mm.
Have you caught any of them like in the garden or outside? Not those, but the translucent ones?
Nope.
That would be scary as fuck, right?
Nope. Scary for you, maybe. You're afraid of gnomes.
Yeah,
You're
that's
afraid of
scary.
gnomes.
That alien over there.
I don't know. Aliens wouldn't scare me if I saw one. I'd be more curious than anything else. I'd want to have a conversation.
Yeah, those fidgety arms, like so
A lot of a
thin.
lot of people a lot of people are afraid of the unknown. But when you've researched aliens and UFOs for 35 years, it's not unknown anymore. So there's nothing to be afraid of.
Have you researched deeper into your from the country that your mother comes from? Any stories there, and
In Finland,
any
in Finland,
confirmation in Finland?
in Finland they have a scientific meeting once a year where all the scientists get around and openly discuss publicly about UFOs and aliens, and they've been doing this for decades. They're very
Yep,
open and
yep,
discuss about it and people's experiences, contact events, abductions. They talk about it openly in the scientific community. They're not like the West where, oh, you're crazy.
yep,
You
yep.
could never have been on a UFO. You could never have been abducted. You could never have met an alien. You're all crazy. But in Finland, it's the opposite. They've been doing this since the late 90s, openly discussing it with scientists, trying to figure out what's going on. It's they're very, very open in Finland, totally different to the West.
Exactly. Finland is there's Norway, there's Switzerland, and then it's Finland, right?
Yeah, Norway, Sweden, Switzerland. Oh, Switzerland's more into Europe, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
Norway,
yeah. No,
Sweden,
no,
and Finland and
Sweden
Denmark.
and Finland. Okay. So do you know a channel called Lost Stories?
I think I've seen it before.
This guy, he tells a lot of stories from magazines from Norway, Finland, Switzerland, and it's always Denmark, always those northern countries.
They got crazy stories. You should look at their nursery rhymes. You'll have nightmares. Their folk stories and nursery rhymes are out of this world.
Yeah, but some stories, look, there are some other channels which they say there is some aliens contacting them on their minds, and they advise and things like that. Have you heard of that? It's kind of a special talent, to it's almost like remote. It's not remote viewing, it's astral traveling and things. It's almost like opening your senses up to the world.
Telepathy.
And
It's mental
yes,
telepathy.
yeah, but you know I don't know, man. You start entering that realm of the spirits and the demons and things like that. It does
No,
scare me a little bit.
not really. You see, religion is used to control us. Man corrupted religion to control us by changing the Bible, deleting things, changing the names, changing the lessons and the stories to control us. And what do they teach? Psychic powers, mental telepathy, psychokinetic powers is the devil's work.
Yeah. They bundle
The
it all.
Russian, and it's difficult. It's difficult for people to do mental telepathy, to use their psychokinetic powers, because the Russian cosmos, Russian Space Agency, discovered there is a PSI field around the Earth that inhibits telepathic powers, mental telepathy, having a conversation with your mind.
Do you think that's created by humans or by the beings?
I think that's created by the negative aliens that are trying to, control us. They don't want us to develop our psychic abilities. They don't want us to develop our mental telepathic abilities, because then we would wake up and see that we live on a prison planet that they're controlling.
Yes.
And
what
and
do
we
you
would
think
we
about
would
that
we would
theory?
we would revolt, and we would destroy the prison planet and take back our control, because we have numbers. In any enslaved society anywhere, they always revolt in the end and conquer the controllers.
Yes.
It's throughout history.
So you think we're being imprisoned in this planet, right? They don't want us to leave.
I think this it's a very good. The theories, the evidences they're sharing is it's a high probability that we live on a prison planet. Like we live on a prison planet. What the fuck is our life? What the fuck is our life? We're a slave to money and we die. Is that it? That's our fucking life we live. We're a slave to money and we die. And if we didn't make enough money, our children inherit our debt, and their children inherit their debt. And they're making food and water and cigarettes and alcohol and everything so expensive, but the wages don't go up, so that your children's won't pay the house that you fucking bought.
Exactly.
10 generations ago. What life is that? Well, how come we're paying for electricity in 2025 when Tesla invented free electricity back in fucking 1930? They say we live in a simulation, a matrix. It's kind of true, but it's not a simulation. The simulation is the matrix. The simulation is pretending that we don't exist in a prison planet. We live on a prison planet. What's the best way to control billions of people on a prison planet? You make them believe they don't live on a prison planet. That's the matrix, that illusion that we are not imprisoned on this planet. We don't have our memories. None of it. What was your past life? What was your past life before that? How many past lives have you had? And where is your soul? What star family is your soul connected to? Can you tell me where your Isby comes from? Why is your memory deleted? That's part of the enslavement program. They delete our memories and recycle us in a reincarnation process, and we're stuck on this prison planet, never being able to go back home to whatever star family that our soul is connected to. We're stuck here infinitely. As long as this prison is run as its prison system, we can never leave.
Exactly, brother.
That's why religion. They've changed all religions to pretend to teach us about spirituality and all the things you can do to go to the afterlife, and your soul will be cleansed, and you'll see St. Peter at the gates. That's all fake. It's all fake to keep us thinking that we're going to get, reincarnated. But actually, we're being reincarnated into slavery, where we have zero memories of our past life or our past lives or where we came from. We have zero memories because they delete our memories, install VR fake memories of a life you've never had and throw you into another baby and just recycle you over and over and over again. It's very interesting what they're talking about. And it makes a lot of
very
sense.
Interesting theory, right? Yeah,
It makes a lot of logical sense.
Okay, I posted the link of the Dolly Saffron. This
Like
is for
the
you.
ancient,
Save it for you, okay?
the ancient
Save the
Greeks.
link for you to check her and
All right.
stop by when she goes live on Mondays, and you'll find me there.
You know what the ancient Greeks said? The ancient Greeks. The ancient Greeks said, what was his name? Zeus. Zeus was the warden of the prison, and he used to fly around in his spaceship and then just land at your house and come and rape your children. And it was considered an honor for the warden of the prison, Zeus, this demigod, to come and rape your children because you might have the chance of having demigod offspring. And that's like, you know what I mean? The times back then, the way they thought.
Yeah.
Why did they call Zeus? Zeus it translates in Sumerian into Enlil, the Anunnaki that came down here, Enki and Enlil, that came down here and started civilizations here. The Anunnaki started civilizations on many planets, many star systems. That's who Zeus was. Enlil, the bad one of the two Anunnaki brothers.
But do you think that story is created by humans to do bad things, or do you think it could be real?
It's just our ancestors recorded history and what was going on. We just have to accept it.
Yeah.
Just got to accept it. That's what happened.
Or do you think what they were trying to say is that, the aliens would come here and examine the children, or the woman to take the eggs or something like that, the fertility situation.
Our ancestors knew all about the prison planet and the soul recycling system, where our souls are constantly recycled into slavery on this prison planet. Our ancestors have been talking about this for thousands of years. It's all written in ancient written records. You just got to research the right material. You know what I mean? Our ancestors knew all about the aliens. They're very, very well versed and connected with the aliens. They traded with the aliens. They traded with the inner Earth civilization, where there's different species of aliens and some breakaway human civilizations that have moved to the inner Earth, into the inner Earth in was it 14? When was it? I think it was in 1750, or 1450 or something. I can't remember the year right, but like something like 1750, the Pope, there was open trade between surface humans, us, and aliens living in the inner Earth, and breakaway human civilizations that lived in the inner Earth. There was open trade between the two of us. The Pope came out, sealed all the tunnels, all the entrances, and said, you can't trade with the inner Earth people no more. Why? Because he's trying to break us away from our alien-human relationships that we've had for thousands of years. That was common knowledge. They tried to break us away from that to control us, to say aliens are demons, they're all bad, you can't do mental telepathy or have psychic powers, you're doing the devil's work. It's all a load of shit just to control us,
yes.
to stop us evolving. Because if we evolve, if we train our psychic abilities, we train to be telepathic, we train to do this, we train to remote view, we train to do that. If we do that, they can't control us, because then we can see the lies that they've changed in all the religions in the world have been manipulated by man and changed and lied to us to control us. And it's for some people who are very religious, it's hard for them to understand that. And like, you could sit here and show them all this evidence that proves that without a doubt, but because they get so indoctrinated that they're so indoctrinated with the lies that they dismiss the facts of historical evidence, if you understand what I'm saying.
Awesome, brother. What do you think about those evidence about the pyramids that they found with the satellites and stuff?
It's real. It's old information that just confirmed the old information to be true. There's fucking Hermes, Greek Hermes, the philosopher, wrote about, I went to Egypt. He wrote about the underground city. He wrote about Atlantis, left of the pillars of Hercules, next to Cuba in the Bermuda, Atlantis. Like he wrote and drew the underground city in Egypt. It's in ancient written records. These people don't make up fantasy stories. They went to Egypt, they saw amazing things, and they wrote it down. And now we have scientific proof that proves these people were not drawing a comic book. They were just writing their experiences and what they saw when they traveled around the world. How long is it going to take to dig up an underground city underneath the pyramids? Forget about it. We're never going to see that shit.
Look, they're sealing everything. You don't see them going there. You see them sealing everything.
They're sealing everything. They're cutting off our access to information itself. When they can't do it by law, they know there's other ways they can do it. They're cutting off all historical evidence that shows we had human-alien relationships going back thousands of years. Because they want to,
you know, with the giants.
Yeah, because they want to feed us this false narrative, because it's about control. It's called the law of mentalism. If you believe a false narrative, you do not control your own perception or your own reality. That's why it's so important to question everything and to prove somebody's claims with evidence. Otherwise, if you blindly follow a false narrative, like NASA saying there's no life on Mars, or there's no buildings on the moon, but we got mountains of photographic evidence. If you're believing that false narrative, and you can't change your opinion when new data is presented, you're dismissing facts. You're indoctrinated to dismiss facts, which means you have no control over your own reality or perception. They do with that false narrative. That's why it's so important to question everything and demand evidence to prove people's claims. Because how bad is it if you do not control your own reality or your own perceptions because you believe a false narrative, because you're too lazy to research the claims being made to prove if they're true or false?
Brother, what do you think? We've talked about Billy Meyer on the first interview. What do you think about him?
Billy Meyer, I think some of his early stuff is authentic, but then if you listen to his story, he was like, aliens, come. I want you to come here so I can take more photographs of you. And the alien said, no, you've taken enough photographs of us. We're not going to show up anymore. And
Yeah.
from that point on, he started faking everything because he could see he was getting popular. He could make money from it. And that's where all his fakes started to come out. But some of his early stuff, I think, is legit. And then that point where they said he spoke to the aliens and said, I want you to come. I want to take more photographs of your UFO. They told him flat out, no, you've taken enough photographs of you. We're not going to come. That's when he's like, all right, I'll just make he went fake after that.
Do you think they left him? They kind of abandoned him?
I think they did, because he turned it into like a cult. Yeah. He turned it into like a religion and a cult and all this cult like crap. You know what I mean? And
powerful
like
people.
Aliens are not about anything religion. They don't want to be worshipped as a religion. They are like, we are all of equal value. No alien, no president, no king, no priest. No one is more valuable than another person. Everyone's of equal value. There is no reason to bow down before anyone or worship anyone. The aliens, they want to be worshipped. They don't want to be worshipped as gods. The negative aliens, they pretend we are the gods. Look at our technology and look at our magic. Worship us. That's when you know they're negative aliens that want to control people.
Yeah. Exactly, man. You're so freaking right.
Maybe I'll come back. I'm still finishing my live show with my friend.
Okay, look, Gabber, we can leave it here if you want. We've done 3 hours. But I tell you, brother, you are a fountain of information. And you can see that just now at the end, we were starting to get in the wave again. We were going to fly off again into oblivion. But do you know about Tartaria, right, as well?
No.
Okay, Tartaria is, they talk about the mud floods. You've heard about that?
No.
Okay, so Tartaria is, if you search a little bit about Tartaria, you will find out that it was part of Russia and China.
Yeah.
And it did have a little bit maybe of Eastern Europe a little bit. And in this land, the buildings had huge doors for the giants. The houses had huge ceilings
I've seen those ancient ruins. Yeah. I've seen those ancient ruins.
It's not only ruins, it's half of Europe. You go to Czechoslovakia, Poland, many countries in some cities, or I don't know where, but it's hard to see because it's so much. They build the houses, and you can see that the tops of some windows are the street level. So they say that it could be the putting the roads, the pipings, and all of that. But from what they gathered, there was a mud flood where everything was flooded like 2 or 3 meters. And that's why they had to start the building from like the first floor instead. They had to do changes and stuff.
Yeah.
And so basically, the theory of Tartaria is that the humans from Russia and China, they found out a way to poison, or either poison or through genetic alteration, they created a virus or something to get rid of the giants, and they disappeared. You don't have giants. Even the Masonic, not the yeah the Masonic lodges, they keep they don't show the giants bones and stuff of humans.
Now the Smithsonian, the
The
Masons,
Smithsonian, yes, the
they hide
Smithsonian.
all the evidence of the giants that we've had throughout history.
Yeah,
And
so
the giants have always been hunted down. They've been hunted down to extinction, just like they've hunted down Bigfoot. They've
yeah,
hunted Bigfoot out of extinction
exactly,
because they're trying to hide our history, and things like that
exactly.
shows our true history.
Do you
That's what
know
that.
about the babies like that arrived in America like in the 1900s?
I don't
So
know.
basically, they're called uh, it's like, of course, at the time there was no anti-abortion pill.
Mm-hmm.
So usually the mothers, there was a lot of poverty in the cities, and the mothers usually left the kids to institutions, but there was like a huge inflow of babies to America to basically recolonize. You will like that. I'm gonna get you the video. It's something, cabbage babies, something like that. It's called
I think I heard something about that. Yeah, I remember reading about
cabbage
something.
babies, and that
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were.
yeah. I remember that.
You're gonna like that. And
Yeah, I
apparently
remember.
they were arriving on the trains. They were arriving on boats, so they were being sent from Europe
Yeah,
to America. So yeah, crazy stuff, man. I'm not sure if it had to do with the war, but the war was much later, right? It wasn't in the 19 or the 1800s. I don't know, maybe something. Either way, Gabber, it was amazing, brother. Do you have anything else you want to finish with?
no, I'd be here all day.
Cabbage Patch, yes, that's why.
Cabbage Patch Kids. Yeah, that's where the Cabbage Patch doll comes from, or something.
Do you work with paranormal as well? Because I've heard that UFOs, they're very accompanied with poltergeist activity. When you say poltergeist, you know what I mean. Them cloaked, the aliens cloaked.
What do you mean?
They say that UFOs are very associated with poltergeist activity.
No, it's got nothing to do with it.
And this is a guy who I follow, a Brazilian guy. And this guy, he's freaking amazing, man. And he went to Peru, to one of those tribes.
Yeah.
And of course, when he immediately he said that I'm gonna send you. He's called Ronnie Vernet. Ronnie with two N's and an Ypsilon. And he's Brazilian, but you can see his videos with subtitles. And he went to a tribe in Peru, and these, like the main guy, the priest of this tribe, he he had to involve like the police from, they're a tribe, but they have contact with government, like because they're like very poor, but Either way, they have a huge tree, which is like a very specific tree, and they see the orbs entering and going out from this tree.
What's that got to
And
do with
so,
poltergeists?
wait. He did like a full investigation, like for 3 weeks, and he installed like cameras, a vigilance system to video these orbs and stuff. And so the orb that he caught, it looked like it was appearing and disappearing, and it looked like fiery, very fiery color. And he told in the video that he went to the beginning of the woods. Actually, this tribe was like surrounded of woods, but the shaman didn't allow him to go to the big tree because this tree is sacred. It's related to the spirits, they veneer it and things like that. And so at night, nobody's allowed to go near this tree. But even when he went like a little bit further from his, like, not tent, but it was like his wood house, that they built, they had him for him.
Yeah.
He started uh, listening to the leaves on the floor moving, but he shined the light and he wouldn't see anything. So it could be rats and stuff, so mice and things like that, like animals. But he did he tells a few more stories that he's almost in his mind, he's almost sure that when he sees the orbs, they usually are accompanied with noises in the woods. So those could be animals running, but he shone the light and he didn't see anything. So that's why he says poltergeist activity, because he heard, it's almost like the Bigfoot stories.
That's got nothing to do with poltergeists. Hearing animals running around in the bush has nothing to do with poltergeists.
Yeah, but he's seems 100% sure that it wasn't animals, unless it was like mice or something really small.
How has that got anything to do with poltergeists? Poltergeists are like spirits, ghosts that haven't passed through, that are still stuck here doing their poltergeist things.
The poltergeist is usually like when you see like something falling from your table alone. So if you think about it, it's kind of telekinesis, right? Am I right?
No, the poltergeist is there, the spirit is there, and he pushes the shit off the table himself.
Yeah, but if you think about that, an alien cloaked could do the same thing. You know what I mean? Right?
That's two different things. An alien cloaked can move something off your table. A poltergeist the spirit can come in, move something off your table, and a cat can jump on your table and move something off the table. Those are three different separate things.
Exactly, but what I'm trying to say is that if you don't have anything to examine what's happening, you only have your senses, you're gonna think that those three could be either of them, but you don't have any way of proving, you know what I mean? Like, definitely you cannot really prove which of them it is, you know what I mean? Because what he's telling is that he saw the orbs passing like near the tree lines on top, and then he would see, like, he would hear the noises in the woods, and then he would shine the light and he wouldn't see anything. So he would, I don't know, maybe he's over detailing what he felt, but he cannot prove anything, you know what I mean? Pode ir lindo. Legalzinho.
He saw some weird shit in the forest, and he just made up a theory with little to no evidence to back up his claims.
He's got a video of an orb very good. And look, he's got the stories of the natives, and one of them tried to shoot the orb, and he got paralyzed.
I know that one. Yeah, I know. I heard about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, in Peru, yeah. There's
Yeah, I
another
heard
one
about that
that
one.
they were sucking the blood out of the marks they left on the arms of the. They only attack the young girls,
Pelacara.
and they take the blood, the marks of taking the blood.
And they remove their face. The Pelacara, the
Wait,
face
wait.
peelers. The
Yes,
Pelacara in Peru. They remove
that that
the villagers' faces.
that video of the guy that they removed from the river. Apparently, that's what the mafia does, so that people are not recognizable. Did you know that? So that's
It's do
the
you do you
mafia
know do you
also
know
do that.
do you know do you know how hard it is to remove all the flesh off a skull?
Of the face, yeah, I know,
Do you
but
know how hard that is? It's clean. It's removed clean. And we have
I don't know, man.
interviews.
It's weird,
We
right?
have we have interviews with the young girl who got kidnapped by the Pelacara. Woke
Yes,
up
yes,
during the abduction process. They smothered a gel on her face, this
yes,
chemical
yes,
on
yes.
her face, and she heard them say, "Oh, be careful! Don't use too much of the gel, otherwise you ruin the tissue on the face." They put a
Yeah,
gel on her
crazy,
face.
man.
Then they got a pen out and like a little laser pen and started to carve her neck so they could tear her face off. That's what the gel was for, to soften the tissue so that the entire face could get peeled off from the skull. And she woke up and screamed as they were starting to cut her neck, and all the villagers came out with their guns and scared them away, and she survived
Yeah,
getting her face peeled off.
yep, crazy, right?
So when people end up in the river with their faces removed, there's a high probability that it was these pelacaras, the face peelers, that done it. We don't, from the evidence we see, she
Mm?
reported that they both spoke Spanish, one with a gringo accent and one with a South American accent. Aliens don't speak
Yeah.
Spanish, so they're
So,
humans wearing bio armor,
yeah,
full armor suits with these boots that they strap into a platform that allows them to like hover, like a hoverboard, and fly
yep,
over the tops of the trees, and then fly back to their UFO, and then fly off with their UFO. So they're like some sort of humans doing bad things, peeling the faces off Peruvian
maybe
villagers.
to scare them or something, right?
No, they need the face for something. Maybe they're building AI
Uh,
robots and they want to build a realistic looking face or something. They've obviously got reversed engineered alien technology, or if they haven't even got that, they got alien technology that was given to them so they could commit these crimes. Why they're peeling the face off, we don't know. Why are there alien sightings where these Pelicaris events are happening? We don't know.
you're gonna like this guy, man. You're gonna like this guy. I'm trying to look for uh, the the where he really talks about his investigation in with this village. I'm not sure if it's the same village you're talking about, okay? Because those ones are the hoverboards, right? They
I know
look like goblins,
Timothy
right?
something. Timothy something did the fucking investigation down
Yeah,
there.
an American guy, yes. This is a Brazilian which went to another village in Brazil,
Yeah,
or in between Brazil and maybe I'm not sure if Brazil is neighbor with Peru, but
I'd have to check it out because I've posted like 7,
you're
eight
gonna like
hours
this.
of all the interviews with the villagers, all the videos of the UFOs the villagers captured. That girl that got kidnapped, nearly got her face peeled off. Her eyewitness report,
That was
Yeah,
good, right?
I've posted like 7 or 8 hours of all that going on. It's like it's crazy what's happening over there. Crazy.
Yeah. I like that investigation, but look, I do. I'm always. I have many Brazilian channels, uh,
You know what happened? You,
South
you know you
American.
know what happened after that? After that event happened, you know what happened?
Hmm? No?
A navy ship from the US came into the port right next to that village with full of military,
Equipment. Yeah.
full of people from Space Force. They said they were doing a training exercise, and they came in as soon as all that shit was going on, and then nothing happened after that. We haven't heard of any Palacara incident after that.
Yeah.
I'm sure U.S. Space Force went all the way to Peru after the Palacara incident for a training mission. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy, man. Look, I don't know what to say about that because that one was a very, weird. Either way, I'm gonna send you the link of this guy. Um, it's this guy here. Look, this guy here. But you can see with subtitles. Um, I'm gonna find the video, the exact video, to show you about his investigation in the village, because his video is not very good. So I always became a little bit iffy about him. But when he tells the interviews with the people, and you see the people talking, you say, okay, this guy is good, and the guy is good. And then he went to Atacama in Peru. He does vigils. There's a place in Brazil with like a cross on the top of a hill, and he goes there. He videos and he sees like some entities who cover the cross completely, and you stop seeing the cross. And he said he saw it with his own eyes. It's like some orbs, some dim white orbs
Yeah.
that they kind of cloak they play around the big cross. It's like a 3 meter cross, it's a huge cross,
Mm.
and they cover it completely. And he's like down there videoing it, and the cross covers, and then it uncovers, and you can see something moving there. It's very weird. um, I can
They're
post the link
playing.
on.
They're playing with him.
They're playing with him, yes.
They're watching. They're watching him. They're watching him. So they're like, all right, let's cover up the cross and see what he does. They
Yeah,
play. They like to play interaction games. They like to do different things just to see what the reaction is of the person.
exactly. It's like it's what they say about the ranch, the ranch.
Skinwalker
I don't like
Ranch.
to say the name. I don't like to say the name because Mama Bear doesn't like me to say the name. Um,
I don't like
they
anything
are
from Skinwalker
mischievous.
Ranch.
They're mischievous.
That TV show's the worst.
Yeah,
Like
it's true,
there's
brother.
there's obviously there's stuff going on there, but like they just BS and show BS evidence. And it's just total crap. Obviously, there's lots of stuff going on, stories going back for a very long time, but what they're doing is just absolute garbage.
I wanted to send you what they're doing in America, right, for the Congress. and the whistleblowers. It's a disgrace, man.
They made Lou Elizondo the keynote speaker at the last week's 2025 UFO public hearing. It was disgusting. He showed a picture. He showed a picture of a UFO, and they found out it was just an optical illusion from an irrigation circle.
Yes, I know. Look, he does that behind the paywall, remember?
He's groomed. He was groomed into that position for the last 10, 15 years. All his UFO pictures have been fake. He ripped off TTSA, To the Stars Academy investors, over $2 million and ran off with the money. He used Tom DeLonge. He used Tom DeLonge, the lead singer of Blink-182, to promote TTSA, so investors would buy the shares, and then he stole the $2 million and ran. That's fraud. He's groomed in that position. He's been recycling old information that we've already known from the 50s and the 60s, friggin' 70 years ago. He's bring no new information to the table. He's bring nothing new to the table. All his evidence is fake. He's clearly he's still working for the three-letter intelligence agencies, spreading disinformation, keeping us in an endless loop of BS, so that we're like, oh wow, Lou Elizondo says he showed us this. He hasn't showed us anything. We already knew this stuff, like from the 50s and the 60s. What are you talking about? It's recycled old information.
Exactly. Crazy stuff, man. You go straight to the we call it straight to the bull's ass. That's why I don't even listen to him anymore. Look, this video
I've never listened to him from the beginning. I hated him from day one. I don't know how anyone has ever listened to anything he said. But people are stupid and they're lazy and they don't research. They don't research the claims being made, so they're forever believing a false narrative, never having control of their own perception or their own reality.
Wow, brother, we could be hours on this. Look, we're gonna leave it for here for today, my brother. Is that all right?
All right, that's all right.
I'm gonna leave you the link of this guy talk. It's 7-hour video. Okay.
Oh shit.
You can see it a little bit. You check, what I've talked to you about. You can, with his name afterwards, you can check his channel if you want. But either way,
I'll
just
check it out. That's from the Pelacara in Peru.
I'm not sure if it's Pelacara what he's talking, but I just send you the link, okay? Either way.
The Pelacaras are the face peelers. So if it's got anything to do with people's faces getting peeled off, that's the Pelacara.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
But it's in Amazon. This one is in the Amazon.
Amazon. I think that's different. That's up in the north of South America.
Remember, the woods, they cross over from one country to another, so it could easily be the same things or different, you know what I mean?
It could be.
Either way, everybody, Gabber, do you want to leave your channel? I'm going to leave your channel. Either way, just leave a comment on the chat.
I can put it in there. Where is it?
And I will pin your message. I will also put your link on the description.
I'll put it here.
It was amazing, brother. This 3 hours was precious.
I'm glad we had a talk. We talked about all sorts of interesting stuff.
Yeah, look, we left many things out, I'm sure, but we talked about many important things, right, brother? Okay, questions.
Wally's got 2 questions. What about the alien moon base?
I think it's true.
I'll show you. Where is it? I saved the website here. Links. You can see that. Yep.
You know, Latin America.
What about
has
the
a
alien
lot of
moon base?
stuff.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
We have human moon bases, so you know, if we have
Let's have a look.
aliens,
Let's have a look.
we caught them already.
The moon's very populated. The moon's very populated. Civilization
Look,
evidence.
the moon is
Civilization
a way
evidence.
to make us not leave Earth, Gabber. Can't you understand? To leave Earth, to leave to another planet, we need to have a base in the moon. It's like there's no one then without the other.
Why are these NASA photographs blurred out? See this? Blurred out. Blurred out. Look at this. They blurred this out. They blurred that out. You can see a little bit of the object here. They blurred this out. We can see the corner of the object here. Why NASA? There's a tower here. NASA blurred it out. NASA's hiding a lot of stuff.
Inside
the moon,
the holes,
moon,
right?
Yeah, like the moon's populated by many different species. That's
Yep.
why that's why NASA didn't go back. That's why NASA didn't go back, because they went to the moon. It's like, all right, it's occupied. You know what I mean? Like,
let's not tell Earthlings what's happening there.
are there aliens that eat humans? They say the lizard people like to eat humans. Is it true? Probably. Well, we eat animals. Why wouldn't aliens eat humans? You know, like
animals eat us. You know,
animals eat us. Why wouldn't lizard people eat us? It's just like it's not hard to believe that lizard people eat us. I heard lizard people taste like chicken. We should start eating lizard people.
No, that's how alligator tastes. Wonderful, my brother. Any more question? Okay, you've answered those. Okay. Wonderful, my brother. Look, a part 3 is a welcome, you know that?
No worries.
My wife wants to sleep now, brother.
All right. You get going. Take care, my friend.
Thank you very much again. Big
Stay safe. We'll talk again. We'll talk again. Love you, bro. Take care, man. See you, buddy.
Take care. Everybody, John P loves you. Good night. See you on the next one.